Hello, everyone. It's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with.
Turn off the videos. We're not doing this. Not this time. Not this year.
Jeez. What about
And?
next year? Ian.
And we got in the corner,
Leo.
and we got on the side,
Redacted.
and we got over in the right-hand corner. And today we're going to be playing spoons, but no one remembers how to play, even though we played this game a year ago. Except Leo didn't play the game. Welcome to the table, Leo.
Leo's the only one that wasn't here last year.
I wasn't here mentally.
Okay. So Dozer knows the rules. He's going to teach us. By the way, we're playing with Dragon Ball trading cards. Well, not trading
Will
cards.
you remember it after this year?
Do I remember after
Will you
this?
remember it after this year?
The instructions are probably in the original video, now that I think about it. Next year, just tell me to watch this video where you said the rules, and then I'll remember.
Oh, is it where you pass?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so one
I'm
person will
remembering.
start. And everybody will start with, I think, 3 cards? Yeah. And then one person will be like the dealer, and they'll be passing them around. And you can either get rid of one of your cards that you already have, or get rid of a card that was just handed to you and just keep passing it. And the person at the end will just kind of put it in a trash pile.
How many cards am I allowed to hold?
I would say no more than 4.
Okay. You're not allowed to have more than 4? Once you get to that point, you have to
Get rid of one.
to any person? No, to the
No, you pass it.
in line.
It goes like clockwise. And then once you get 4 of a kind, you grab a spoon. And then once you see somebody grab a spoon, everybody.
Yeah,
goes and
everybody.
grabs it. Anyone who doesn't get a spoon is out. So it's like musical chairs.
Oh, wait.
Spoons.
So I get that we pass cards around. When can you grab this?
4 of a kind. 4 of a kind.
When you have
Oh.
4 of a kind.
4 of a kind.
You gotta pay real
You got
close.
4 jacks, 4 kings, 4 twos, 4 threes.
My favorite is because everybody gets so engrossed in their cards and somebody just
Also, don't be
sneaks
slow.
someone out.
Don't be slow.
Oh, don't be like,
Sorry, I was closing the chips.
Yeah, you can't think about it too long. You just gotta get rid of the card. Otherwise, it slows down everything.
I don't know why
And
you
someone will
would
end up with like 50 cards next to him and be like, oh, I'm just. That kind of messes
makes
up
all
the
the
game.
spoons.
Alright, then I don't know, give it like a second and a half.
Yeah, don't go too fast so
You shake
so
them
force
like
that to happen, but also
Why'd
don't
you
go
lick
too
your
slow.
lips and look at me like that?
These nuts,
Seriously?
these nuts, these nuts, nuts.
Sorry.
So the game is not to win, it's to
Leo
So
has
the-
a good joke.
You're in a really good position, Dave.
It's a queen now.
So the game is not to
Why didn't I get one?
lose. That's
I
all
didn't see if
games.
you had a card or not because you were like covering it.
Serious height.
So the game is to not lose.
The game is
The
to
game
not,
is to not.
Yes.
don't not get a spoon. It
Right.
doesn't matter if you don't get the kind. As
Yeah, you
long
just
as
have
get
to
a spoon.
make sure you get
Yeah.
a spoon.
The game is just get it.
And
don't-
all you-
But if you get it first, you get to decide when to initiate. Like you can like lunge for it, or you can just like.
Yeah, one time I did it at Thanksgiving and no one even noticed that I grabbed a spoon, so I'd be like, there's a
Yep.
spoon missing.
Yep. And your brother was like sitting on the couch and would dive down to get the spoon.
And he would
still
still
lost.
beat you.
Yeah, I would still lose.
Alright, guys.
Yo,
Alright, guys.
welcome,
Can't have more than 4
Freezer.
cards. Can't have more than 4 cards, Leo.
I
Get
have
rid of
three.
that.
I only have 3 cards.
Alright, let's
Yo,
go.
Freeman, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Oh, we got 2
Card.
viewers. Right now we're playing
Alright.
spoons.
It's my mom and dad.
Well, I'll see if I want that card. I don't want that card.
Okay, so we're starting.
I'll see if
Does
I
it have to
want
be the
this
same
card.
suit as well?
No, just 2s, 4s, 3s, whatever.
And we're going for
2,
3 of a
4,
kind.
3,
Oh, shit.
4.
It has
Don't
to be
do
the
that.
same number.
Can I pass whenever I want?
You can only have up to 4 cards.
Oh,
Leo's
that's-
cheating. You got
You
so
said-
many
you
cards
said
in your
that-
hand.
Spicy? Well,
You said 4
Leo.
of a kind, right?
Stop doing that.
Leo keeps just showing the card you
You've
pass.
done that
Wait.
like 3 times now.
What am I doing
Stop.
wrong?
When you pass
Pass
the
it. You gotta
card
pass it
down,
face
yes.
down.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Because
wow.
I was like,
You do
oh, I
not
guess
want
there's a
each
queen
other
going
to-
around the table.
Just keep going. Make
Oh,
sure.
yikes.
Just keep going, everybody.
You gave me
Just
3
keep
cards,
going.
bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know.
yeah,
I had
yeah,
a bunch.
yeah.
Just keep
This
going,
is-
everybody.
Yeah.
Yo, hurry up.
Everyone
Oh,
go.
Just-
Oh god.
Everyone just.
Oh god.
I just passed
Oh.
Good.
Steal my spoon.
I like
No.
that.
Also, you guys are gonna knock stuff over.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's why I
Grabbing
It's
the
because of
That's
the
why I thought-
tablecloth.
So don't
When
grab
that
the
happened?
tablecloth.
What? You can't not do it
I
when
don't know who
everyone's like
did it
hitting
first.
it.
I
I
like
did.
that when I
did
passed
it
my
first.
Yeah, 'cause
card.
I was like,
All
everyone keep
Dozer
going,
said
everyone
was,
just keep going.
"Get a
and
You
then
got
spoon."
it, and then I
And he
read
saw, yeah, and everyone just kind of reacted.
The tablecloth is kind of a bad thing for this game.
It's okay.
It is dangerous.
Only if you're
It
bad.
adds
So now there's nothing to knock over.
So now we take one out.
Because I got.
Are those like full cups?
Yes.
Right away.
Whoa.
This one is.
Be
Oh.
careful.
Serena,
Put
chug
your
it, chug it.
drinks on the floor.
Don't put them
These
on the table, I guess.
Yeah,
Or
drinks
we
on the
can-
table are scary.
So you got all.
I had 3 4s. So
I
was
had 3
almost there.
queens.
Like a lot of people. I guess I just got mine first.
Ooh,
Because
hey
I
guys.
also didn't immediately grab it. Like things keep going.
Let's drop them.
So who's in there now?
Cheers.
I'm out.
Serena.
What is this? Sugar?
What are you putting on your computer?
Okay.
And you're gonna try to blame it on me. You go, Kaylee. Let me do yours for you. You can just keep that.
Kaylee gets a handicap.
It's actually a little bit harder for you because I mean, there's no way for us
Why
to
are you
like, make
putting
it
this
fair for
away?
you without making it unfair for everyone else.
I mean, this is good.
It gets really fun when there's 2 people left.
Well, here's the thing.
You're just pulling the curtain with you, Kaylee.
Disadvantage comes for this side. Because I'm thinking he'll go for that one. I
I'm
go
gonna
for
go for
that.
this one.
Yeah.
That way it'll make
Take
out.
it from Kaylee, and then there's just that one
Everyone
left
goes
open.
for that. Everyone's pulling on this
It'd
one.
be
I'm
fun.
just like,
I feel like a lot of people don't go for as many spoons as possible. Yeah, right?
My brother did that. He grabbed like all the spoons. You
He
can't
did.
do that.
He
Yeah.
like took one and threw it away to where I couldn't grab it.
serious?
I was
Ooh.
so sad.
It's like grab 2 tosses.
why do
and
that
go
when you
around.
already have one?
Thank you.
To
You
ensure
got
that
rid
you
of
get
the
at
spoons,
least
yeah.
one.
That's
So, I
the
mean, if you
idea.
have
The
one, why
play
don't
is
you
to
throw
have a
another
spoon in
one
your
if
pocket,
you're-
so then
Oh,
whenever-
Oh, no,
I
like he
have
grabbed
one.
all of them,
Yeah.
and then he threw one.
Oh, you can't lose.
And
I
oh,
have
I
a
see what you
spoon.
mean. If you just have, because he doesn't
Yeah.
want to have to put them back to where they're easy to get.
But-
It's
No,
like if
no,
you
no.
stole all of them and then you Easter bunnied them around the house, and they're like,
So-
find the spoons now.
So I'm just like, I don't want Serena to win, so I just take them all. I'm like, here you go, guys.
Oh, you just give them to other people. That would be the hard cut.
I have to give everyone 3.
It's like you're
Yeah.
playing The Bachelor.
I'm like,
Then
yeah,
Mom
doesn't
makes
get
them out.
these. And just throws it.
Your boy
You
Leo
get
Yaga
these
those
other
chips hella hard.
Serena,
That's
chug
your
that.
arms.
Serena, chug.
It's gonna be
Chug.
yours.
Chug
or
that.
then
Chug
to
it,
him.
chug
It's
it,
your
chug it.
choice.
Big chungus.
And these cards are better. I looked at them both.
Chug.
Big chungus. What?
Are you looking at my cards? What the heck?
Are you looking? Nick, are you looking
Nick's
at my
looking
cards?
at Kaylee's cards.
Nick's
did you
looking
not-
at my
did you shuffle,
cards.
David?
Yes.
Okay.
Did I shuffle professionally? Is the real question. Oh, you got 3 in a row.
Tangent
Or
Bell
he's
said,
bluffing. He's
"What did I
bluffing.
just walk into?"
Oh.
Right now we're playing Spoons, which is a card game. There are only 4 spoons
Thanks,
left on the table.
Kaylee and Serena should switch seats anyway.
Oh, thank you for smashing that like button. Truly appreciate it.
It's okay.
Smash that MF like.
Oh, I thought he was reaching for the side. Oof.
So you got more than 4 cards, Kaylee cheating. Why is Kaylee trying to cheat?
Yeah, you can't have 5 cards in your hand. You got to get rid of one.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, you
playing.
already
What?
have too many.
You have
Cards.
to
I
get
have
rid of
4.
2 cards.
Oh, you
right
have
now.
4.
I have 4.
Yeah, but you've got 7 right there.
I like that.
Then what am I supposed to?
Pass me.
Get rid of
cards,
2.
Kaylee.
This is like the graveyard.
Pass me
Get rid of
cards.
all your cards until you only have 4. That's how it works.
Kaylee just keeps throwing them.
So,
Kaylee, calm down.
Pick a card that you want.
Kaylee, holy
and then
shit.
Get rid of everything.
How many cards do you have?
there you go.
Because she got
I
blocked
have
out.
4. What do you mean?
There you go.
Poker face right now. I don't know what's up. with
I've
it.
had 4.
You got suck at this.
My poker face is horrible.
They do suck.
I love when you
Dang it!
I know. I literally, I was like, I know. And then he looked at me and I was like, I was.
Dang it!
You get so engrossed in your cards.
Tangent
Yep,
said,
I
"Oh,
looked
cool."
up and everyone was staring at each other.
David was distracting me.
Yeah, Kaylee was
Just screaming at her.
7 cards.
I had 4 cards in my hand. There's like a pile.
Leo had the spoon for like 40 seconds.
in the
Why
open.
didn't you tell
Yep.
me, Serena?
Oh yeah.
Gotta work on her peripherals.
Tangent said, "I'm gonna
I-
watch
I
and
was
play a
just
game,
looking
so I'll
at
be
it.
less
Well, I
active
was
in
just doing
commenting."
this.
That looks fun
We were
though.
just
Okay,
staring
ball
down. I
in.
was like, I know.
Good to see you, dude.
got
That's K-Leg's watch, showing off her bling.
Oh, here's my.
Jeez, so what's
Here's
so
my
long?
owl ring.
Do you wanna?
It's a little
Can you
stuffed
shuffle?
up, but
I might bend the card a little.
Don't send my cards.
I shouldn't shuffle.
What?
Can you shuffle?
You wanna shuffle, Serena?
I wanna
I'm
shuffle.
not very good at shuffling.
Kaylee.
I'll shuffle.
You wanna shuffle? Yeah.
I'll shuffle.
Like a preschooler. I don't know how to do it.
I'll shuffle.
You wanna shuffle? Can you shuffle?
I haven't heard someone say that before. I feel like a priest. I don't know, dude.
I mean-
That's I'll shuffle like a preschooler.
Oh.
You bend my cards. You're buying me 5 more packs.
Wow.
5?
As soon as she shuffled, but those were like, ah.
They all rip in half. Let's see.
Tangent said, "Oh my gosh, owls are amazing, cool," and then he was like, "Cool
Oh,
Rolex,
thank
by the
you,
way."
thank you. Rolex. Yeah.
Who did what?
You sure?
He likes
I
her
thought I
watching
did
her
mine.
ring.
Nah, 'cause mine
Thank
fell
you,
over.
sir.
Whose is it?
Ooh, that ice.
You tripped it, right?
Ice.
He just likes that
Got that ice. Zuni's
rolling.
ice.
Well, then, no.
I'm trying not to.
To bend
mess
them,
up.
I'm looking at you, bend them.
Why are you out, Haley?
Tangent said, "Quote on
Oh,
Rolex, by the
Kayla is
way."
too.
Oh, quote.
And
He
they're
put
in the
quotes
out-
on it.
Not even
Well, there's no way
Hey,
I
where's
could have
ours?
like been like Kaylee and like shown her without everybody noticing. Because these two screaming made it so.
The whole
Those chips are
time,
getting
They
They
strong.
were yelling at me when I had 4 cards in my hand.
But you had like 3 other cards
What am I
right next
supposed to do? Just throw them?
Yeah.
Tangent said, "How exactly does a person play spoons?" Yo, Dozer, can you cover the rules real quick?
Once you get 4 of a kind, you take a spoon.
Daniel
How do
was
you
like-
get 4 of a
I thought he
kind?
was gonna say no.
Yeah, I know. You look like you didn't say
You
no.
get 4 of a kind because everybody starts with 3 cards, and then the dealer will pass 1 card to a person, and then they got to get rid of any card they don't want, and then it just goes like that all around the circle until somebody gets 4 of a kind.
And you can't
then-
have more.
then they
than 4
grab
cards
first
in your
spoon.
hand.
This is Goku.
That is Goku. That's
You
just
got
a
it,
fact.
Kayla.
Leo's out.
Congratulations.
Leo's out. There's only 2 spoons.
The chips will take.
I'm blocking out the fan service that Leah was getting right
Leo, you're out.
What?
Get rid of a spoon. You just got trashed.
What do you mean?
We played a game while you were over there.
What? So
So fast.
You guys, I combined cream
I
soda
don't know
with
how
orange
Haley
Fanta,
showered.
and it's
now. We're
very
gonna have to
yummy.
go this way.
It's
Yeah.
like orange cream soda from Red Robin.
Wait,
And have the
but
green
less
yard
good.
be over there.
Oh, we're out.
Because you guys can't reach each
Yeah,
other.
he's starting. He can come.
Yeah,
this
he has
way.
to go this way.
That's fine. As long as he starts.
So-
He's supposed to switch to start.
He's gonna sit down.
Tangent said, "Cool. I like those rules," and he said that Goku looks extremely buff. Are these all mine?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
It is Super Saiyan.
so wait, what's if I'm the dealer, what do I do again?
You
Just
take it out
take
of the
a
pack.
card and
Y'all
then
gonna
you get
have
rid
to
of a card
throw
you
your
don't
card
want.
all
We're
the
going
way
this
to
way.
Nick.
Yeah, that's why we're going this way. Because it was like, yeah, this is
That might be
Oh.
advantageous to some of us because we'll. Never mind.
Oh, so like,
Ooh.
oh, you're gonna be the trash pile guy. Okay. That makes sense.
Oh, it goes this way now.
You're the trash pile guy.
What does that mean
It means
actually?
when you go out of the car, you just put it right there. You don't get it.
Why are you trying to bait people?
I was just sitting. I was just correcting.
Oh,
my
wait,
boss.
you're the-
He's baiting people.
You were about to
You got
cuck
4 of a kind
everyone.
yet?
I got one.
Oh, you got 4 of a kind? Alright, grab a spoon when you're ready. Why'd you hand me 2 cards at once?
That was I didn't mean to give you that one.
Okay.
I gave away 3.
I know one of you.
Phone the stream.
Oh,
And it was just now though.
sorry, they goobered the fuck out of me.
What'd you get?
Joker.
I'm hitting Leo.
You got 4?
Where's the sugar salt coming from?
It's 4 of a
That's a
kind.
good question.
Producing
didn't realize
from your
it was
laptop.
What? The rules never changed.
Because I was doing 3.
Then you've been doing it wrong the whole time.
They had 3 and they had 3 too.
So Ian,
And you win from 3.
Yep. I was just showing you my cards.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You have to get 4 before you grab.
let's
Wait, I
see.
guess I'm that one.
Tangent said, "Cool." He said, "So are all
Because
these
I
others
got spoons, but
YouTubers
I-
or
I
just
thought
people
we were
you know?"
doing
And great
No, we'll
goobering,
restart
guys.
that round.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just redo.
I was willing to take it.
Oh, so I'm not out.
Appreciate it.
No, because he did it with 3 of a kind. He thought those
Idiot.
were just the rules.
Okay, ballin'. I'm glad that I'm not out. So he asked if we're other YouTubers. Everybody plug your YouTube channel. I know you guys got them.
You
I
might
don't have
know
a
it,
YouTube.
PewDiePie.
Nah.
Got him.
I don't do anything on my YouTube that much, but
I have an IMDb. You can
Real
go, give me a
PewDiePie.
review.
Kaylee is actually on IMDb.
I am. Look me up, Kaylee Stanley, editor.
They can't even see you. Right?
Look me up.
My art Instagram and YouTube are the same. It's Ikkyo, IICCKYO. Shut up.
My other YouTube account is Markiplier.
Kaylee Cam.
God.
Subscribe to my Kaylee Cam, only if you're 18 plus.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Let's continue.
Tangent said, "Cool. Maybe you could post them after the stream because my memory's terrible."
Please stop.
This is
Yeah,
appropriate.
put it like in
shuffle.
the description.
I can put it in the live
Look
chat.
how the randomness of this. I don't know what cards these are. I don't know what
So
cards these are.
Ikkyo is
We're going randomly.
Sabotaging the game.
IICKYO.
No,
Randomly
doing it on
IICCKYO.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
I do
So,
gamble. a lot,
that one
so
is
I'm
Serena's.
counting all these cards.
It's my art Instagram and my YouTube and my Twitter.
Was somebody like holding twos? Because I gave away like 3 twos that round.
No, I gave all my twos away.
All I remember is you cheating. So
Ooh.
JV Dones.
Is it cheating if you didn't know he was cheating?
I suppose, yeah, it is.
Anyone else shout out their YouTube?
Ignorance.
I got Serena's on there and Dozer's on there. I guess not.
Oh, you can look up me and Serena's music video.
Yeah, he's PewDiePie.
Serena, what's our music video?
Our,
What's it called?
Wait, you should put it
Happiness?
back up?
Yeah, I put it back
Oh
up.
no. Is it on your YouTube?
It's called Happiness, by Kaylee.
And Serena.
I don't know.
She's like starring, not by. You didn't direct the music video.
okay.
It's interesting to see how intense this game of spoons is right now. Your boy Ian is on the phone because he already has a
look up the
spoon
video.
in his pocket.
He's calling
Are you
the
looking up our music video? No, don't do
I mean,
that.
that's not a spoon in my pocket, that's my wallet.
911.
That's my whole.
Oh. So he's not cheating.
He's calling the
Tangent Bell said, is JVE subs or 17?
I
What?
think we need a smaller table. Cause like,
He's tall.
Always complaining.
I'm just saying, like, Nick really had to reach for the spoon, and I only got it.
But did he get it though?
Because
think
I
we
was
need a
closer. I
bigger
just
table.
needed that shit.
But both of you guys got spoons. So
I didn't
you
get a
guys.
spoon.
He didn't get his
didn't
I'm talking about them.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
trying
because
to
He's talking
yeah.
about how Nick couldn't.
Because this is kind of more towards the middle.
And both of those.
This
This
one's
is weird.
pointing towards
No,
him.
he just
But
fixed
it's
that
farther.
spoon.
Yeah, I turned that.
That's
The only reason I turned it is because my natural, like, this one's
Bernie's.
technically like closer,
But
but I'm
it's not
probably gonna go
Bernie's,
for
it's
this
Beer's.
one.
Beer is.
Which leaves that, he can get that for
It's
free.
the one that you call
Pretty
Bernie's.
much.
And then
Haley,
leaves
give me
you to
those
fight.
cards.
Tangent
So I
said,
can
Oh,
guarantee.
He
I'm
said there are
moving
2
forward if I
channels.
take that spoon.
Yeah.
he said one has 3
Then
subscribers
he
and he said one has
he's probably gonna
17
go for that one, 'cause
subscribers.
He's gonna go for that one.
Is it the one with like a?
Go for the comment.
If it has like a red background and a
I mean, if I wanted
Alright.
to, I could just.
avatar
start.
that he made.
I start?
Yeah,
Everyone
you get the
3
four
cards, and we're going this way.
Okay, pass these 3 to Leo.
Going clockwise.
These are
That's not
all
how you do
Leo's
that.
cards. Okay, now
Here's
pass
your
these
soup.
3 to Ian.
Okay.
They're all Ian's cards.
I got 4
And then pass
I love
one
making
to
soup with
Dozer,
Al.
because that'll now be his card. And I take
Is
these.
that-
Alright,
Your
yeah,
eye
nobody
doctor.
shuffled this.
You'll
And then
see
do I-
your eye.
Tangent
When it's a Christmas story
Um,
instead of a beauty.
Bell said red background, some Hogwarts looking avatar. I assume that's it.
Yeah, the one that he made an avatar on. It's
And
got
then-
like red in the background, and on the banner it's got like.
Am I the passing it guy?
He's gotta go, cause
Yes,
I don't know
you
which
pass
one it was.
Okay. And do I pass? Okay, I see what happens. Do.
What are you doing?
Make sure you pass him face up.
Yeah, don't pass him face up like you just did just
Whoa!
Sorry, Alex.
You're the trash. You're the trash,
You're
Leo.
trash.
You scared
You're
the
trash.
shit out of me, dude.
I only have 3 cards, but I sat up to get it.
You bear.
Every time you say I think that when you said it,
Stop,
dawned
stop,
a bit.
no, we're not
Give
gonna-
me that.
That's a bad
Hurry up!
Now I have one that I can't have.
I got 4 of a kind, y'all.
Then grab something.
Oh, I like how you said so. Grab something. The challenge.
What do you want me to grab?
Whatever you want. Whatever you think will get you to win.
These. Who shuffled this?
Somebody's gonna pull out that pepper spray for real now. I use my stun.
Gotta pick it up, Leo.
I was wondering what that was hitting when I forgot
I was ready. I was going with it.
Everybody's ready.
If someone goes forward, everybody goes forward.
I wish you could disqualify people, like make people get jumpy.
Oh, there was whoever everybody was passing.
I think you can. Like that isn't that.
What?
I mean, as long as you don't actually. What? As long as you don't actually.
Ooh, that was slick.
That was spicy.
Who lost ink?
Yo, so Tangent Bell said cool. Monkey D. Luffy said what's up. Tangent Bell said nothing much. They're playing Spoons. Monkey D. Luffy said Spoons is awesome. Tangent Bell said I'm just subbing all their
I've had
channels.
so many
Yeah, it's
twos
awesome.
and so many threes.
Tangent Bell said I was gonna say if I know how to play Spoons,
Yeah, I
and then
think I
someone
saw
did.
all 14.
Then
Yeah,
Monkey
all the
said
tens.
But I didn't start
just
with
fake
the
reach for a
never
spoon,
got
lol. Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
you can do
I
that.
think
If you actually
you
grab
had
a
an ace,
spoon and
right?
you don't
When
have
you
four
started?
behind, then that's actually.
You've gotten Hayes.
You're out of the game.
Yeah, but
But you can like
Yeah.
finish.
Can we switch seats right now?
No.
But you're gonna make me lose the game.
I don't think there's any way.
So we're at 2
That's the
spoons.
best I can do.
He's pretty much guaranteed one unless we just sneak him.
Yeah.
I like how you said.
I wish Kaylee was in the shot.
So sneaky.
Playing next to it, I don't think we would have to switch spots if I actually ended up playing him.
I'm really
Playing
trying
next
to
to him is
figure out how to like do the thing.
Just looking at him.
Because I feel like me and Dozer are gonna compete. Like he's right.
Ma'am?
Like, is there any?
What?
Where's she at?
I did not.
Is there a pizza here?
Not yet.
Is Kaylee playing with the spoons? Oh, I got a message. Oh, it's
We
my
have
wife.
not ordered pizza yet. No.
She said, "Sorry, can't make it."
Yep, pretty
I
much.
died,
Well, she didn't die.
Wait, did Maddie say something?
Yeah, she's not gonna make it.
Oh.
unfortunately.
None of us have met Maddie.
That's true.
Can't seem
Why
to
are you
meet-
hiding?
She even a
You used to
real
live in
person.
Michigan?
She's a
GI.
Let's see.
CGI.
CGI. That,
We just CGI'd her videos on YouTube.
Tangent said, by the way, Jet, try and do a Fiverr thing pretty soon, within January. Thank you, Kyler.
Good
Truly
fiber is
appreciate
good
it.
for your health.
Either way, I don't think I.
I mean, that's a testimonial, not from your.
Come on.
This is my.
They're my New Year's spoon.
in the New Year's.
We did do the exact name in this exact place last year.
That video is something that the live
Nick, you
chat
better
lag
pay
or the fuck?
Nick's not even.
This is gonna suck.
Fuck, I'm so confused.
I got 2 spoons down on Leo.
I got 2 spoons on Leo.
Might even throw in a
I don't
fork.
even see.
Why don't we play this game with knives, you guys?
Why don't we play with candles?
Lit candles.
Lit.
It's lit.
Yeah. Sorry.
The men are focused.
Focus on what though? 4 queens.
I just got.
They
four
call her
times as well.
4 queens. Oh shit! 4 10s and 4 queens. Hey.
Got all these now.
Nick and
Tangent said, no, the lag is. I read that. He said, oh yeah, happy 4-hour early New Year's. Then Tangent said, ever heard of the knife game? The one where you like do it with your hands? I don't remember what that's called.
The knife song, knife game, something.
Oh.
I did that at
Oh,
work
it's
one
one.
time.
I was like,
Knifing
this.
at work
Wait,
one
who
time.
wins?
Is this in
They
center?
re-
Gotta make sure it's the same.
Gotta make sure it's censored.
Gotta be.
Oh, I would have already
Basically,
cut
the
off
only
my
way to
fingers.
win this is if you get 4 of kind,
We did it
unless
with
the
the
person
actual
tries to
knife.
like sneak it for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
if
that
you
allows
can-
you to see them do it and then just get it
I'm
before they
playing
do.
the knife.
If you can make the other person go for it when they don't have 4, you could have them disqualified.
We didn't.
If they get
we
it,
didn't
right?
do those rules.
Oh, is that not? I mean, no one's
I
done
would-
that.
Otherwise, you would have just
I
been
did.
out already.
What? I've never. No, if you actually
actually grab it,
Yeah,
then you're
it's
just
a
out.
difference
But if
between
you just-
faking
you
and
fake
like
it.
you
He
grab
did,
it.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he did.
And if we
Yes.
just went through with that round, you would have just been out.
That's true.
Oh, because
But we restarted. Instead of
No, but
picking
he
one
actually
up.
grabbed the spoon.
Hmm?
That's different.
Who's
exactly-
left?
Well,
So then
no,
both of
he
them
would
would
be
be-
the one.
So you won.
Would have died.
Because both of of us are disqualified.
So hey,
Wait, what?
You said if you said you wanted
Nick,
to play by
or-
those rules, then you're
David.
disqualified.
could you pass them out? Could you like be the one to distribute the cards?
Let's see. Tangent Bell said, which is better,
I
spoons,
can't
forks,
get-
sporks? Anyone could answer.
Did you
What?
shuffle?
I'd say sporks are
No.
probably the best out of
Okay.
those. Multi-utility. Ian said,
These cards.
help me. Yo,
I'll
Ian,
stir.
welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Tangent
Tangent
said,
doesn't
yeah, the
believe
knife game is
that was
extremely
worse.
weird. Ian said, I'm the guy at the end. Tangent said, help with what? And he said, I'm not sure.
I'm
Ian's like, you
yeah,
have to
I'm
believe
right.
me, I will wave.
You have
This is the wrong live stream. What's the one you did earlier of David's?
Oh, I was like, who did you talk to? Some random guy.
There's like another duplicate of me and Nick upstairs filming that right now.
Oh, you guys should subscribe to Just Some Random Guy, though. He does superhero comedy-based content. You wouldn't think so based on his name.
Comedy.
Some random.
Dun, 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 dun.
You're
Ian
gonna have
is
it
a
in
clone from another universe.
Because you're gonna be getting the
Interacting
cards
with
first.
these young people.
Tangent
Should
said,
I what?
no typing by the guy. Clone Wars, maybe? I like that you follow it with hmms.
Yeehaw.
Then Ikio said, yeehaw.
Ye.
Tangent said, just some random guy? Yeah, that's his name. Just some random guy.
And most importantly, ha.
So now we got 2 people who are actually
Cannot-
here
Cannot
also in the
stress
stream.
this enough. Ha. I wrote that on a paper somewhere. Nobody got it.
Tangent said, oh wait, the players are invading the stream. Yes, that's what we've been saying.
Mr. Beast said.
Mr. Beast. You gotta start reading people who don't exist.
Haley says hi.
I don't like Mr. Beast.
I don't like
I feel like he
Haley.
fakes his videos. I know exactly how he could.
Oh, is that a real person?
How would you?
Who's
Yes.
Mr. Beast?
He spends a lot of money.
So his
on his YouTube videos.
so
Maybe.
his videos are like super long because he does those like let me watch this video for like 8 hours or whatever. Nobody's gonna watch 8 hours of that video, and even if they did, I feel like he could spread it out in such a long span of time that there's no way they'd ever notice it. So he could just put like he could just do like a loop, maybe like a 30-minute or so, and they would never notice. Like he doesn't even have to do it that long. He could watch the video for like 10 or 20 minutes.
because you
know,
actually have to
know.
watch something.
Nobody's gonna watch the video for 8 hours, and even if they did, the loop would be so
There'd be no way
long.
for you to perceive that it's a loop.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
because also in a lot of his videos, when he does those 8 hour stuff,
If you put it into editing.
when I do it by the end of when I go near the end of his video, he's just kind of sitting there without even.
But you can see like
The light
yeah,
of whatever
everything
he's
else is
watching
moving.
shine
There's
on
also
his
he has
body.
also
But
a
you-
clock.
That's because
Oh, a clock is
yeah,
an
but you
interesting
can
way to
just
tell.
put the clock on the video and keep it going instead of it like going with the actual
CGI
video's loop
clock.
time.
See, that's
You
essentially
can-
what he's saying.
you can-
Like,
you
he's
can
saying you
do
can
a,
edit the clock.
How?
You can edit the clock, and you can also just do it to where the camera.
What? Because you just put the clock
cameras-
on the video. It's not like actually like in his house.
You could tell it's like in his house though.
What clock?
He has like a clock.
Like a
that's
wall clock?
Yeah.
I see what Leo's saying, like just in the background.
Interesting.
So you can
Yeah,
look at
but
that
if-
clock and be like,
If
bullshit,
the
it
clock
was
isn't
5
like right
p.m.
above
2
him, you
hours
can
ago.
split the.
But also,
you can
I
split
feel
screen
like with the
seats.
length of
You
his
can sit
videos.
here, and then the clock. Can
Oh,
be
that's what I was.
Yeah.
Another thing I was
What
saying.
he
Yeah,
just
you
said
can
is
split the
right.
video down the
You can-
middle.
Mm-hmm.
Why would?
To fake it.
Because it's
I-
easier.
So it looks really impressive. So he'd be like,
Yeah,
look at this
clocks
really
are so
impressive
bad.
thing I did.
Oh, wow.
Watch a video for 8 hours, but I
I
didn't
know,
actually do it.
clocks and
Watching a
clocks
video
and
for 8
now
hours, by the way,
clocks.
isn't
Who
impressive.
even likes
Well,
Is that
nobody
really what
else
the
would do
concept
it.
Like clocks are so
No,
weird.
not all of it.
A lot of his
Clocks.
content
I
is,
hate
but
clocks so
but-
when they like
Have you
tick?
seen those like
And then
last
talk,
person take?
like,
Have
oh
you
my
seen the last
God,
person
like,
take
I
hand off the
can't-
Lamborghini? Is that him? I don't know.
Oh, does he do that?
Because I think he was the one who did like every day they put their hands on the like it's like last person to take their hand off gets the Lamborghini, and then up on the top it says like day 2 in red letters, and the dude's just like on the driveway with his hand like on the bumper, just like he can't leave.
day 2.
I feel like if you were gonna do that, you would just pack food and water, and then you would just you could do that.
Imagine wanting a Lamborghini that bad.
You
though.
have like a laptop that's like solar powered. You're like, I'm still
Yeah,
going
like,
to
if
work.
I'm- if I'm in it, I'm
hand
and then like
actually
butt
in it.
just to see you.
Also, don't worry, I am gonna read the live chat. I'm just about to beat Leo first.
Oh,
Okay.
They're just arguing about clocks. So.
We're actually arguing about faking videos,
Oh, arguing about arguing.
which is
about
easier than
clocks.
watching an 8-hour-long
Ooh.
video.
That's true.
No shit.
8 hours of me faking.
Oh, this is bad. Nick, you have the advantage, by the way.
He's bluffing.
I'm not. I never bluff.
I like how you said I never bluff.
Nick hasn't gotten a single match yet.
Are you in college?
Yeah, I'm going to
Me and Kaylee
That's
and
a risk.
David are at
What
the
for?
same.
She's
I'm going
embarrassed.
for business administration. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go into like finance or marketing.
I'm majoring in
Fun stuff.
psychology.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of numbers.
I like math.
Better
I'm
than me.
that weird person who likes math.
I wish I liked math. It would help me in school.
I'll do all your math.
I
like how you
couldn't even
just
go
speed
straight
up.
into college math because I never finished high school, so it's like.
Why'd you
I don't
give
know
that
how to
away?
do this.
What about you?
He just gave a card away that you
I'm
had.
going to a school named Kaiser down in Florida. And I'm going to get my associates in radiation therapy.
You just lost the game.
Nice.
Yeah, the hope is to
He
graduate.
gives it away, but he has duplicates.
I just started
Some
throwing
cancer
cards
patients,
without
right?
looking at them.
Wow.
So your 2019.
You're gonna lose. You could have won.
Yeah, I would have won the game.
Yeah, that's the plan. Because my plan is to get my associate's in radiation therapy, and then
So
because
my
credits
current
carry
belief
over
is that
bachelor's
it doesn't
in
have
sciences,
anything.
and then you know if I like it, but I get paid.
What is that?
Dosimetry. Okay, so with radiation therapy, they get set up
You
on
know
a
it.
machine, and the dosimetrist pretty much
But actually, look at your
comes up with a
cards.
plan of how much they're going to get.
Yeah, like don't
Oh,
speed
okay,
up like
so
last.
over.
He got me.
Radiation
GG.
therapist.
What'd you
Okay,
get?
So
I
basically,
got 4,
those, like,
7,
radiation therapists at the
Nice.
What was that you
physicists
said
and
about
dosimetrists are
beating
kind
me
of
or
equal,
something?
and then the doctor
Good
is
game.
You didn't
oncologist.
say that, right?
So the oncologist
He
is like,
gave away the
well, okay,
fours
this
that he
is what
already
we
had.
do.
Yeah, I would have
How
got
many
that.
fours do you have?
Cancer, they're gonna
So
have a
He has
I
two.
started giving them away after I
MRT,
gave away one of them,
and,
but I ended up
which
eventually
is
having
intensity
over time had
modulated
all the
radiation
fours.
therapy. And then the dosimetrist
Yeah.
is like, okay,
Uh,
here's the plan.
I just
You're gonna
kept
need
speeding
a
up.
block.
I just was
So
like,
then
ah, it
the
doesn't matter.
physicist
Why?
makes
No, I said you had the
puts it in
advantage because
machine.
you're the first one
And
Wanted
getting
to
the
see the
cards.
cards, yeah.
That's
Oh,
not.
hell,
Doesn't mean he
Mr.
has an
Williams,
advantage.
every day we take the patient,
You
we
could
put
start
them
with
down,
3
make
of
sure
the
that
same
patient
number,
is
and
sedated,
he
and we
only
actually
has like,
give them
and he
the
doesn't have any
treatment.
duplicates.
But the likelihood of him getting
Record
his
that
cards
they came,
before I do
and
is
then
like a
send
lot
them
higher.
on
I
their
see
way.
what
getting
he's saying
small
though,
speed.
because
Is it
I could
though?
just pass you the right thing.
Photon therapy
And if you started with
electron,
3,
which
you would
is
just
more
keep
for
throwing
cancer,
stuff
we
away
do
until
also
you got the
prostate
Did
one.
anyone win? Wait, who won?
Leo won.
femur,
I could have won.
spine,
I threw away one of the 4s when I had like
So
2
there's 3
4s
different
already.
ways
So like
to
he
get
would
through
get his
cancer
match
treatment.
before
need a
you, but the
combination.
statistics
main
of
3
getting your match is still
are
the same.
surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation.
So like
therapy.
statistically,
So in
he wouldn't
movies,
get
there's
his
a
match.
cancer
Like,
patient
he's
that
not like
usually
at an
bald.
advantage.
Yeah.
Serena
That's
said,
the
I've been out since the
They're
first
not-
Unless the
round.
statistics were higher,
so I may as well.
Bald is
getting
if
his match.
you had skin
Tangent
cancer on
said,
your
doesn't
head.
like Mr.
Because you
Beast
don't- you only
proceeds
use-
to
you only
look
lose the
like
hair.
Yeah.
Chandler.
That would only be an
BC's friend.
advantage if you could see the
Monkey
cards.
said,
Breast cancer is kinda
me
like
Beast does stuff like reading the whole dictionary in one sitting. Does he actually? Does
Yeah.
he read it out loud?
Yeah, 'cause
Tangent
it's like-
said, oh, I didn't realize anyone was out.
Because the reason
He said, saying Jake Paul 10,000 times. He said, hey Jet, out of 10, can you rate Christmas cookies? Sugar cookies are 10 out of 10. Those are the sugar cookies are the best. I had some gingerbread cookies today that tasted like a mouse pad with sugar. Not good.
Then okay, that's when
Sugar,
that's when we call
cookies are
metastatic,
my
which is
favorite.
spreading. That makes
Tangent
sense,
said, I'm
because
just
then
sitting here,
we
Mary
keep it for radiation,
marauding,
we got to hit, like,
staring
here
at me
and
in
then all
game.
of here. That's
He
not
said,
gonna
last to
work.
leave the
Surgery,
spoon
they can't
wins
cut all
10
this out.
million.
So then
Oh
it
my
makes sense.
goodness.
Go for chemo.
Let's see.
Same thing for like prostate.
Tangent
'cause
said,
the
that'd be
prostate is
great
actually
beast vid.
encapsulated.
Then
So unless
Tangent
the
said,
cancer
how
spreads
monkey.
outside of that capsule,
Then he
there's
said,
no
you got any favorite songs that we should get someone here to sing?
So it
To
kinda
sing
goes
in the
like
live chat?
surgery
That's
and
just like
then
posting a lot of
It
lyrics.
depends.
Tangent said,
Because
Monkey
not
D.
everybody
Luffy. Then
comes
Tangent
in
said, hey,
right
Vsauce
when
Michael
they find out
here.
they have cancer.
Monkey said,
Because a lot of our
sup.
patients are
Tangent
80,
said, sup.
50, so
But yeah,
it could be
you
like,
got
oh,
any
you've had
songs for
cancer
them?
for 2 years, you have
Monkey
light
said,
stage
I'm
four,
not
they
sure.
have light cancer.
Then Monkey said, not really that I
Which
can think
means
of. Then Tangent said,
your
maybe
body's
grandma got
not
ran over
working.
by a
And that
reindeer.
case, your treatment would be something
Well,
called
yeah, congratulations on your
So we're not trying to
victory.
save you, but we're going to make it
Five. He
Because
threw me
spine
5 cards at me and
cancer,
all
you
of
got
them
the nerves in there. The
There
tumor
shouldn't be
pushes
5 of
those
a kind in
nerves
there.
into a lot of pain,
That would
even
be a
paralyzed.
cheating deck.
So
It would be a
radiation
cheating deck.
therapy,
Be a
you're
cheating
not
dick.
risking cutting the nerves,
dick.
and systemic wouldn't do anything,
That
so
would
we
be
make the
cheating.
tumor smaller. It's not going to cure it, but it'll make you feel better, so you're not in pain.
It's
when
like
you die.
keeps
Yeah, it
love
just keeps you
dying.
not at pain. You won't be in pain when you die, as long as you come and get your treatments. Though, unfortunately, especially around the holidays, a lot of patients stop their treatments because they
Oh.
get depressed.
Is Ian explaining like what he's going to
That
school
would
for?
refresh.
Yes, radiation therapy.
Okay, cool. I am now caught up. I heard the first part of your conversation, and then I heard the last part, and I was like, is it the same one?
They have cancer. He's telling
We
me.
are cancer.
Tangent said, speaking of, do you guys remember that
It's
movie,
our
Grandma
zodiac.
Got Ran Over by a Reindeer?
True.
I do indeed remember that film.
Animated.
Wait, who was
Is there a live action movie?
Leo.
Leo one.
Leo? See, that's why I had 2 spoons.
We
on
always
Leo.
put spoons on Leo.
Thanks to everybody's power, I was
It's
able
another
to
movie
conquer my
where
foes.
Santa goes
He
to
won because I helped
What?
him.
What?
As I knew you were
uh,
gonna make it.
like
It wasn't even loud. It
About to
was
let
like,
you
Christmas on
"Ooh."
42nd Street, something like that. What is that movie?
What movie?
Christmas on 42nd Street. I don't know.
Oh, where the
Oh,
guy
Wait, it
loses
was-
his job?
What?
Sounds like a horror movie.
It takes place in
What?
New York.
Sounds like
Santa, like,
Street.
everybody's like, Santa's not even real, and the real Santa's like,
For
I am
really
real
John.
though, and they're like, we're gonna take you to court then.
What?
Find out if you're really
Oh.
real.
You can take someone
I
to court
haven't
for
heard for being
lying?
Santa.
Well, initially he got taken to court for assault. He assaulted this guy.
You left that
Why
part
is Santa
out.
assaulting people?
Forgot to mention.
Because this guy was talking about how like Christmas is only about the money, And Santa got mad at him. He's like, ah!
I want to see
Yeah, that
Santa
seems
beat
like
somebody's
something
ass.
Santa would do.
Give you an ass whooping for Christmas.
I was gonna say,
Well,
it's like
he
that
was doing it like you're
movie.
naughty. It was like just a light tap, but the guy like overplayed it so he could like get this dude.
So
in
he could
prison.
sue him.
Yeah, yeah. Santa just kind of like lightly tapped him, like you're
Trying
naughty.
to fight me.
And the
fight
dude
me.
was like, ah!
It's the same thing, like if you get rear-ended, you check if it's an expensive car, and it's like,
If
I can't feel.
Santa wouldn't have brass knuckles, he'd have like coal knuckles.
Well, I was thinking he maybe made out of candy cane.
I
think
feel like that
would be
would
more
break.
effective.
It
Yeah.
would break, but
I
it
don't
would
know,
hurt.
it's not like that
Are they
movie
sharpened
where
candy
this
canes?
little
Ooh.
kid
You can
uses
sharpen
his
candy
parents'
canes.
That would just be
blood
like Wolverine claws of candy.
when,
Tangent said Tom Hiddle something can play spoons.
it takes
He said
place
Christmas in
the-
Australia dies by venomous rabbit.
I know,
Venomous
I should watch
rabbit.
it. I should
Did you
watch
just
it.
call Kaylee
Yes.
Tom Hiddleston?
I really want to watch
What
it.
does it sound
Will
like?
it teach me how to sue my parents for having me?
Is that your Tom
I don't
Hiddleston
know.
impression?
Can
Who's
you
Tom
look
Hiddleston?
something up for me?
What do you need me to look up?
Okay, look up
Ninja
Rain Dance
DVW.
winners.
Rain Dance winners?
Film festival.
It looks like Ian is on the case.
'Cause there's a movie about a boy that sues his parents for having him, for giving birth to him.
Based on a true story.
Based on me.
Oh, how does war work with multiple people? I always thought war was a
Oh, the
lame
card
game.
game.
War.
I don't
Yeah.
like that game. It's
Yeah, it seems like it's just
So you could
Not
play
even
with
a
more
game.
than
I guess you all.
with multiple people. You would all just put your card in. Whoever has the highest number of cards
Just
wins
wins.
and gets all those cards.
yeah, it's just random.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is random.
I don't
It is
really
random. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a no skill game.
Oh, yeah, like spoons. Oof.
Spoons is slight skill.
Monkey D. Luffy said in Australia spiders are so
But
big
also
they
you
have
could
health
just win by
bars. My
getting
goodness.
the 4
I feel like
matches every
spiders have
single
health bars
You
now.
could've
They have
just won by
stamina
just
for days.
watching and then
Tangent said, anyone know who played Kevin McAllister?
Winners?
Kevin McAllister. In
Yeah,
what?
The,
Tangent said in Australia the duck spit venom.
That's
you might have
good.
to look on like Google or something.
Why?
I was watching the video.
Why do they
No.
do that?
You said the
Yeah,
fuck
so you're gonna
word.
get him banned off.
me and Doza were playing Brawlhalla at my place. And in the stream at the very end, he was like, I don't like this game. But it was before the stream went off.
I was joking, and yeah, I said I fucking hate
Hate
this
this
game.
game.
Sounds like
Maybe it wasn't.
So what are we doing now?
Oh,
don't know.
Tangent Bell said Home Alone, Kevin McAllister.
We're
If
not
Kevin
playing
McAllister
forward,
is the
he's
little
still-
kid,
You
then
guys
it's
wanna
Macaulay
watch something?
Culkin who
Macaulay
plays him.
Culkin.
Yeah.
we can watch what Kaylee's looking up.
I don't like
Well,
Kaylee.
I don't either.
Why do you have 2 cards?
What do you have? The
He
old
needs to
cards?
get a
This
free
is where they
melee
belong.
cookout.
Do you know our health class? Well, our health class. And Jim's JC, our health class.
Mhm.
And there was the teacher who had the classroom across from there. The one with the white hair. She's really old.
No, but okay.
You never took her class, did you?
Tangent Bell said, who's the guy on the top left? Is that Dozer?
Was she a physics teacher?
No, she was a science teacher.
True.
Ooh, are you
Physics
okay?
is science.
That's true.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Medical, like body. So she taught like bones and stuff. I
Really
remember
like
we did
that. My toe.
a presentation where someone was using my phone, and it was when I got the
Let's
like
see.
the iPhone XL.
Tangent
the
said
big
Macaulay
one.
Culkin.
And
Yeah,
while
Macaulay
he was
Culkin.
recording it, I just, like,
He
walked
said
up
the
on
guy
him and was
wearing
like,
the
"How's it feel?"
Putin
I'm
shirt.
like,
That's not Putin. That's
We
Dr.
couldn't
Phil on
use
a
that
green
tape.
M&M.
Because it was a presentation, it'd be weird if during the presentation, like a voice from off screen, was just like, how's it feel?
The
to
camera
put
was
that
near
monster
you
in
though to
your
pick that
hands?"
up.
Oh yeah, I walked up behind him and said that.
You should have used it.
He was using my phone.
People who watch you, like, what was that?
I'm supposed to
Who
edit
was
out.
that?
I'm not sure what we're currently
Definitely no.
I don't either.
Playing spoons, guys.
We can watch something.
Okay.
Watch
Oh yeah,
ourselves.
Kaylee's looking for.
We can
That
watch
was
it.
another
Kaylee's
game.
video,
It's
and
called
then go
Speed, but I don't
upstairs
know
and
how to
watch
play it.
something.
I've heard of Speed. I don't know how to play it either.
You can Google it.
It's a really slow game.
How long is it?
A lot of times when I'm at friends' houses, they like to play blackjack for whatever reason.
Missed.
I know how to play blackjack.
Tangent set long. He said, so now there's no spoons. Leo
blackjack.
won the
How
game
long
of
is
spoons,
it?
so now we're just kind
Also
of
just
standing.
kind of a luck game.
We're just
Oh,
hanging
you
out.
got some-
Yeah, card
I
games
haven't
are luck.
counted.
I mean,
Not
Was
I
it like
think
a short
blackjack
round?
There-
is
there-
less
there's-
of a luck.
there's
Well, no,
always-
no.
Spoons has a little bit of skill. Poker
saying-
has skill.
there's
With
always
blackjack,
an
you can
element
fold.
of luck when it comes
Oh,
to a
that's
card
a
game.
long.
You can-
To me,
Oh,
war is
so
like
it is a
all
long
luck,
zone.
though.
Yeah, there's obviously some are
Well,
more luck and some are less
But
luck.
I think
but luck
blackjack's okay.
is a excuse me, a factor in it.
Because you can fold, you can like not take a hit.
Oh,
There
is it
are there are a lot of
different
things you can do,
language?
but
'Cause
and by a
it's
lot I
like
mean
they
like
don't
two.
wanna watch the-
You just-
Yes.
Maybe it might-
But
Sure.
I
in
feel like that
blackjack you
matters.
can prevent yourself from losing.
right. And
But
war, you
without
can't
winning.
prevent yourself from losing.
Did you get all the ones?
Didn't get that one.
Shut up.
Let's see. Tangent Bells said, "Do you guys know how to play spells or Uno or Dos?" Dos is a real game.
Oh, I thought he was making a fun.
He might have been making it funny, but it's real now. That joke is no longer valid.
What about
Trace.
the win? Yeah.
I'm already
The one that comes after.
The one that comes after Dos.
You better stop.
You better stop.
Watch out for that cloth. Tablecloth is gonna attack you.
Oh, Donnie's gonna be at Calhoun next semester.
Okay, that's all.
The Ninja Turtle?
Yeah.
Wait.
He's gonna come. Yeah. I don't know what happened. I asked him.
Who's your what's now?
This guy named Donovan said this would be his last semester at Calhoun, but apparently he's gonna be there.
Oh, sweet.
Donatello.
You don't even know him.
Oh, I mean, it just sounds like a good thing, right? It sounded like he was going away, and now it sounds like he's not going away.
Well, he said he's doing better. He was in a bad
You can't,
place
that is kinda
before,
weird.
so.
Oh, see,
It
it's,
wasn't
it's
like
good
he was
news.
telling
I
him
guess,
like
yeah.
this is a good thing. It
For
was like,
someone,
it sounded
it
like
is
a
good
good
news.
thing. No, I hate this person.
You don't want him to do
People
it.
is me.
He's coming
Oh,
back.
there it
person.
is.
Oh, you
Wonder
know
wants
Tangent said, no, it's real. I saw a commercial. You seen a commercial for Dos? I learned about it because I went on their
Alright.
website, and I was like, Dos?
Who's gonna be the dealer?
What are they playing?
What are we playing?
Blackjack.
Oh, shit.
the way you
Yeah, I'm down to play
I don't like the way you
blackjack.
said black and yelled it at
What are you guys playing?
Everybody
Nigga
gets
Jack.
a
I love the way that you said
there
nigga.
was
I
there
love
was
the
a
way that you call it.
there was a moment, David, that I forgot.
Oh,
was
I said the
black.
joke wrong. It should have been like, I love the way that you said Jack. Wow.
Wow.
Tangent said the only thought in my head right now is the Friends theme song.
We're not friends though.
Why would
Why we hang out.
You're right. I hate Kaylee.
Don't even
This is our work.
Alright, so
We're
this
coworkers.
stays face down.
Tangent
You look at your
doesn't
card.
know how to
I
play
asked a question
blackjack.
like that. Like, would you date someone you hated for like?
So you try to get your
You
numbers
get,
on your cards to
uh,
match up with
like
21.
10,000
If you
a
get
month?
21, you win.
But you have to
Yes.
stay in a relationship.
The
with someone.
otherwise,
Yeah,
the
just
closest
like
person
someone
to
you
21
actually
wins.
hate.
You
And
start
while
with
you're in
one
public,
card,
You have to pretend like you're
and
in
you
love, but
ask
when
the
you're
dealer to
private,
give you another card.
Yes.
So
But everyone gets a second card
Yeah.
automatically,
Why
right?
not?
yeah, usually
'Cause
people will
my
have one face
unhappiness
down
is
card
like-
and one face up
I
card.
feel like my happiness.
So
is
it's
worth
kind of
more
a
than
gamble. You're like, you
$10,000.
don't know what that
Yeah.
card is.
Do it for
Right.
a few months
I'm
and then
gonna
I
get
did
it
it.
for
Then
you.
you
That's,
got
that's exactly
Liam.
what David said.
Yeah.
One of them stays face up, Leo.
I don't want to play whatever.
Wait,
the
Nick,
yeah,
did
I
you just
don't.
call me Leo?
No.
Oh shit, did I?
Yeah, you were like,
Oh, I'm
hey,
sorry.
all the cards, one card stays face up, Leo. And I was like, what?
I'm reminding Leo of the rules. You happen to be
Look-
breaking
looking
it.
at
every
me.
time.
Alright. So ace can be 1 or 11.
Tangent said so. Just addition up till 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not, I told you. I'm not
Why do you
good
do
at
it so
that.
well?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
It's not a power.
Wait, so they aren't the same game? 21 and Blackjack aren't the same?
I thought they were.
I thought they were.
I thought they were too.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you said something that
In
indicated
the
they
casino,
were.
it's
Do you want to be
blackjack.
hit? Do you want to be hit?
Do we look
It's
at
not
face-
one of these
Do we look at
cards,
the
is it?
face down card?
No, stop. That's why it's face down. God,
It's just a game.
Yeah, Ian.
Here.
Do it right.
who invited you?
Gosh, Ian.
Alright, that's 13. You want
I
to
don't
be
even
hit? You
wanna
want to be
be
hit?
here.
There's no way he wants to be hit. What's that other card? A
Oh,
2?
Could be.
It could be anything below a 7.
That nigga's crazy.
We need some milk.
I don't know if you can watch it yet.
Oh wait a minute.
You want
Are
to be
we-
hit?
Sure.
Are we not supposed to look at the face down one?
You just
No.
have to think. What are
I
the
already
odds
lost.
of that card being
I already
a 9 or
cheated.
greater?
Wait, I thought we were supposed
I
to.
think the odds.
Replace
are
it
in
with
favor.
this.
Replace it with that. I thought we were supposed to too.
What
Yeah.
the heck? You already
Yeah,
explained to him
Kaylee.
not to
Kaylee
do
already messed up.
it. Okay.
You suck at games.
No, he explained it to me, but I was so in shock.
I thought you were
It was
supposed to
real
look at
that I
your
just
face.
flipped it.
Yeah, I also thought you were
I don't
supposed
know.
to.
Did you?
Because
hand
now
me
you
this
just
one?
don't
Was this
know.
one first
You like
up?
really don't.
Because I flipped
yes,
this and then
that
I
one
just
was
flipped
face up.
another one over because I had them both over and then I
Yes.
just flipped it back.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
I.
How do you play
The
this?
blinding racism.
Yeah, because if you can't look at it, I would just never
Alexa?
hit.
called you
How
Liam.
do you-
I would
Yeah,
never.
No,
hit.
not
Why?
you.
Because no, that's bad.
As far as you know, the other one is like an ace.
Yeah, but
That's
it's
10,
Right.
right?
I'm just not gonna hit. I imagine this other card's good.
But what are the odds?
That
Pretty
it's an
good.
ace.
What are the
That it- no,
odds
not
for
really.
Serena to swallow that whole
Watch me get that.
Actually,
20.
the odds
No,
that
no,
it's
no.
an ace are the same,
Same as
this.
any other
I'm
card.
gonna
Every
stay
other
with
card.
this. I'm gonna stay with
Like
this.
queen is a 10, right?
You,
hit me.
So you just have to think, what are the odds that that card is not
I guess
a
it's
10 or
that's
greater?
it.
It can be a 10 as well, actually.
Yeah, it could
Do you
also.
wanna be
It's
hit?
higher
I
than
would
it's
hit
a
it.
10 because there are multiple
Okay.
faces. I would never hit. With
Do
this
you wanna
as
be
my
hit?
face.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because I have a
You wanna be
queen.
hit?
Yeah, I do.
You
Because
want me
I
to hit
thought
you.
it was like you would know it.
It's 2. Yeah, I guess you
Oh,
want
you
to hit
got
again.
you got an
Yeah.
okay
Not with
hit.
this one.
What? Why would
And
you
then
do
try and
that?
get close, and you're like, okay.
You got
what are the chances of this
14.
being
Yeah,
a
that's
higher
too
number or a
high.
lower number?
And this has to
So
be a
I
7
have
or less.
13.
Yeah.
Okay,
So if
so
this
But I
is
thought
if this is
Uh,
below
Tangent
that,
said
going
my
for-
wildebeest
then it
looks
means
like
it
it
puts me at
has
a
Down
disadvantage to go
syndrome. And what the fuck? That you
But
turn into.
then
And he's
there's
like, I guess
no
not.
Comp-
Oh, it is
right.
showing
the
Because
wildebeest,
there's no
which is good.
bluffing or anything, because like nobody would know.
It's for you. It's not for everybody else. Like you're not competing against other people, really. It's just like you're trying to get 21.
you're more or less playing against the house when you do this for money.
Usually.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
also, I guess
so
in this case, it's
everyone
like
can
over
flip
you
now.
lose. So
Tangent
everyone
says there's a
loses.
comment for every
As
minute
close
here.
to 21 without going over.
I got go
20. They call me 20.
I have 14.
I guess that
I went over.
You got 20.
Yeah, I got 20.
You won?
Yeah.
All right.
They
Everybody
play
else went
so
over?
low.
This game sucks.
I didn't go over, but I didn't have the sound. 20.
Okay.
It's 17.
We should, like,
Let's play go
gamble for real.
Let's gamble these.
Leo trying to make some money. The last time I.
talking about money.
We should.
Hard
Souls?
line. Souls. Nobody hears the ginger. It won't work.
The gingers have
The last time I tried to make money, I was in. Kinda. I was in computer forensics, and I was like, bet I got married today to my friend Irene. And she was like.
Wait, what?
I was talking to my friend Irene. I didn't get married to Irene. And she was like, "You didn't get married," and I was like, "Bet, like actual money."
How much did you bet?
So I tried to get her to bet, but she refused.
Because she was scared.
Because you were too confident.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Nick's kind of
It
always
was-
confident.
Cause it was such a crazy thing. It doesn't matter how confident I am. She could be like, "There's no way you actually got
Yeah.
married."
But she wouldn't.
But yeah,
bet,
but if you're
so
like
she's
bet,
scared.
She
bet,
wouldn't
like
bet.
put money on it, bet. Like I get the bet. Give me, put the money down. Like that makes it seem like, oh, I think he might be.
I guess because
It's
you
a
would
little
know
too
if you would
excited.
win that or not.
Yeah, because you know she doesn't. She's the only risk.
So if you
You
didn't
should've got
actually get
someone.
married and she puts money on it, you just lose. It's like, oh,
You gotta poker.
I guess I
You
do.
should have got someone to put.
Why did I
money
ask
on
her to
it.
bet when I know I would lose the bet?
Let's see. Tangent said, "Does anyone here like trains?" And then he said, "Is it fine if I start a debate? A debate on what?"
Oh, what's the? Is it on
What's-
train?
I'll go for
Because
it.
I'm not very.
I don't
Does
know
anyone
much
here like
about
trains? So can Thomas the Tank Engine beat Goku?
But I feel like it's
What are his feats?
Order his
His
feet.
feats.
That is a very important question.
I don't watch that show enough.
Oh, he's going political.
Does he like destroy
Probably
them?
not. Probably
what's
not.
What's the debate?
I think it's a joke debate. I don't
Wait,
think
what
he
is
really
it?
means it. America equals freedom, freedom equals socialism, socialism equals non-communism, communism equals Russia, Russia
How does
equals
freedom
Putin.
equal socialism?
How does non-communism equal communism? Aren't those directly different?
What is his, even is his argument?
These two opposites.
These are the same, which allows me to
Or
complete
is it
the chain.
is to like is it a colon like this
They're
is
all
to that?
equal
They're
signs.
equal
I'm trying to say
signs?
America equals Putin or something.
Yeah.
Freedom
Uh,
doesn't
Russia.
equal socialism.
I don't
Monkey
know what
Lee
his
Luffy
argument
said
is.
those are actually opposite.
So everything's
You know,
opposite
Mom.
of each other.
Then Tangent said, "I know."
Oh, so you're just wrong.
dude,
Yeah, he's just mean.
that was so good.
You just.
How did you debate so well?
Debate on like nothing.
Boy, Leo's like, I'm convinced.
All right, guys, what do you want to do now?
Tangent said that's the
Oh, we're
joke.
only gonna play one thing of blackjack.
Just type of train.
Yeah, you're the
Don't you
dealer.
typically?
Do you
play
want to play blackjack?
Leo's like, I just
I
learned.
thought we were gonna play. Well, we don't have to.
Don't.
Jeez.
Look at these cards.
Oh, I would.
You can look at that.
Card.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
dang it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Kaylee and Leo have a good
got
set.
the
Ah! I got a horrible
I got like
card.
the same thing that I got last.
I honestly don't know.
All right.
You don't know who that
You want to
is.
be hit?
That's dumb.
Sure.
What? You got the
Stop.
7.
That's Piccolo.
What are you doing?
That's stop. That's dumb.
What? You're gonna
Where's
no.
Piccolo's
You
religious
lost.
headgear?
You already broke.
He actually already lost
He's
the
got his
game.
religious headgear.
I hit you without asking.
I mean,
Let's
is a
see.
Joker?
Tangent said, I suck at debates.
State.
Then Monkey D. Luffy said, hey. And Tenjabel said, hey.
How much is a Joker?
He said, does anyone else
What?
hide
How much is
from
a
almost
Joker?
10?
Ten.
He said, did anyone else hide from Mormons knocking on your door?
10, 10,
They-
10.
they never
10,
knock
10,
on my
10,
door.
10, 10. Hit you, hit you, hit you,
Hit you. No,
10,
no,
10.
no,
This
no.
Yes, yes,
women
yes.
are-
Here you go.
women are men.
Women are men.
In the arms of
This is an ace.
If that's an ace, you do win.
That's an ace.
Fly away.
Hit
Hit
you,
me
hit you,
one
hit you.
time
Can I
and
get a
only
sip?
one.
Hit
Hit
you,
me
hit you,
another
hit you,
time.
hit you.
No,
That's
no,
12.
that's 12.
Okay.
We're sticking with that.
You lost.
Could you?
All right, staying.
With regular
Staying. Okay.
All right, everybody, turn your cards over.
Everyone
Did you
flip
win?
those cards over.
I won.
Ooh, I went
6,
over.
8, 8 plus 8, 16.
Okay.
I got 16.
I won.
Did you win? You get 21?
No, he didn't get 20.
Broke.
Yeah, he broke.
I went over.
Did you guys switch?
You won.
No.
Oh, I won? I won twice in a row.
Everybody else broke.
Twice in a row. That's because you gotta play
Except for
conservatively.
me, who either got 14 or broke.
You gotta take risks. High
What?
risk, high reward.
No.
I love go on. Stop.
Why can't you love Gohan?
Go to
That's
go trip
Goku
to
Black.
Let's
family
see.
trip to Walmart.
Nani said,
Buy-
And
Goku.
then Nani said, who?
Goku African
Monkey said all the
American.
time. And Tangent said, I know, right?
Go
Then Nani said, where me Popo at? Oh, Mr. Popo.
Flavor.
Tangent then put up the police.
Blueberry.
And then
Is this a
Tangent said,
blueberry
there's the
flavor?
Popo.
You see it?
That's a
David,
blueberry.
David. She said Goku
I
Blueberry.
heard.
He's one of the
that
original
wrong?
boysenberry kids.
What do you mean is that? Do you think it's right?
Is Goku Raspberry in this deck?
No, he got
Raspberry.
Goku Lemon was the original Super Saiyan.
Strawberry.
Goku Lemon. It's
Don't
perfect.
look at that card.
Berry.
A blue carrot.
Don't look at that card. Don't look at that card. Don't look at that card, David.
I'm looking at
Kaylee,
it.
back in
You
the
can look at that
day,
card. You can look at that card.
used to just make the
You can
joke.
look at that card. Look at
Straw
that card.
berry,
And
and
you
that's
know
like
what?
the whole
For
joke.
Christmas, my aunt got me a stuffed animal that was a bear that's like strawberry themed, and the name tag on it like said strawberry, like
I
just
mean,
like that. And
I
it-
could tell the whole joke. It's too funny.
Oh god, what is that shirt she's wearing? You want to get hit?
Sure.
Hit me.
Think I'll say it.
Like a lot of them are fucking 10. Oh.
I just realized the shirt she was wearing.
What do you want?
Kaylee, why'd you get hit? You started with 10.
Yeah.
In the
I'm gonna stay.
Nick, I have a question.
You didn't ask my consent.
It doesn't matter.
You rigged.
Nick, is it
You just
domestic
named
abuse
winning
if the
hand.
person, the people involved aren't in a relationship but are inside a house?
I think if you're inside of a house, it's domestic abuse.
So what is it? You just
Why
have
is
to
he
be
asking?
in the house.
He's trying to figure out what charge he's about to get.
What is the conversation?
So
Tangent
if David
said,
hits me, but I don't live here, it's not domestic abuse.
no, you don't have to live here.
Really?
I think you just have to be in it.
I thought
Maybe,
it was-
is it assault
I
then?
was say because it's.
I thought
it's
it's
assault.
attacking a family member.
We're not.
We're not
family.
family.
And we're
That's
not
why I'm
in
saying it's
love,
not
so
domestic abuse.
Yeah.
Domestic
can't be
abuse is
abused.
hitting family.
I get,
Oh, they have to be.
That's
family.
what domestic is.
It has to be so they don't have to just be in your house.
Does it
No.
extend to cousins? Because I've.
Maybe?
Dude, were you about to say that you've done domestic abuse?
I mean, I've hit my cousin before, but I'm talking about domestic abuse.
It's
We
not
hit each
abuse
other.
if they don't report it.
Tangent
They don't
said, I
know.
have those
What?
earphones
It's not
for
abuse.
protection.
It's not
They
illegal
don't
if you don't get
report
caught.
it.
Not with something like
my
abuse, no.
God.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Something
not
like
true
abuse.
at all. It's
Well,
not
what if
abusive
you? What if
you're
it's
not
like?
caught.
That reminds
Certainly
me of the
is. It doesn't
Chinese
exist.
social
What if
credit
it's in like
system
your
thing.
bedroom? Then it's not abuse.
What?
You
The
shouldn't be in the
Chinese
bedroom with
social
your-
credit system will be all over China in 2020. They give you scores for everything. Don't hit me.
Don't hit me.
They give you scores for everything, and you can do stuff to lower your score. If you lower your score, you like can't like take plane rides and shit. Like you lose like civil rights.
But
Yeah.
I loved the
So you
entire
become
night
less than
where
a
we were
person?
just like learning about the China
I
social
won.
credit.
But somebody beat his wife and it got out and they lowered his score and they told everybody that he beat his wife and he was like, "Don't tell people." That.
Wait, wait. So did the
I
wife?
flipped it, but it's still face down. Oh, I flipped the face up one
Oh
too.
my goodness.
I got 9.
Teen?
No, just 9.
I went over.
Did everybody else go over?
I
I
went
don't
over.
know how much this is.
You don't know how much that is?
Just tell me how much.
That's
this is.
13
It's
plus 5,
18.
18. Oh, you gooted me.
Good.
He definitely
Aw, you
gooted.
got gooted, bro.
You wanna put the effort.
Better luck
Let's
next
see.
time.
Tangent Bell said, I have those earphone cord protectors, and I made it look like the shark is doing some inappropriate stuff to a T-Rex.
LOL.
Then Tangent Bell said, if a guy breaks into my house, do I have
Also,
the legal right to shoot his
If
face
it's not
off?
reported,
Depends on where you
it's
live.
not abuse. That's true because that means they're accepting that it's not abuse. The person who got abused. If they didn't report it, they're accepting it's not abuse.
It is
What
their
about trauma?
opinion.
Serena's looking around hella hard.
That's how it
Tangent-
works. If you press charges on somebody, you're accepting they did it. If you don't, you're accepting
Okay,
they did
David.
it.
Wait,
Tangent
What if I
said-
abuse
how is a
Serena,
child
but I don't
supposed
know?
to press charges?
They
Depends.
just tell the
You call
police
the
what
police.
happened
If
and
you're,
they're
if you're
But it's a
abusing her
I mean, abuse
in a way
isn't
that's
just
Children can
illegal
press
to
charges.
then
drink.
it's not.
Tangent said, by the way, by law, if you
Yes.
live together, it's
I'm
domestic
referring
abuse.
to
He
abuse
said
in-
roommates,
in a
etc.,
legal
not
sense.
just being
I
in someone's
together
house.
all the time.
Then my dad said, lies. Then Tangent said, what?
Lies.
Then my dad said everything they're saying around the table, lies. Then Tangent Bell said, are you perhaps crazy, Tony? My dad is talking to the live chat.
Wait, your dad's.
Oh, your
watching
dad's
stream?
Yeah, my dad's in the stream.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Nick's dad.
I mean, Nick's dad. not
Happy
my
New Year's,
dad.
Dad. I keep winning blackjack, Dad.
Did
You
you
didn't
win last
win though.
time?
He won.
African
Oh, wait,
American.
I lost blackjack
I
this
keep
time.
winning. No.
You got trashed.
I just don't know what to do with myself. All these
I just keep winning.
Lost last game.
We
Do,
played
do,
white
do,
Bill.
do,
I
do.
can see
White
songs
Dad
from
said
the
Happy
white
New
girl.
Year's. Then Tangent said, wait, that's your dad? Yeah, that's my dad on the wrong YouTube channel.
I'm hyped as fuck, bro.
And then he said,
Bill
Happy
and
New
Jack.
Year's.
Go home. Leave.
We're not gonna play White Jack?
I have no.
You've been here too long.
I don't
What
like
is
the
the
way you
opposite of
said
Jack?
what.
Jill.
Monkey said,
Oh,
hey,
White
it's
Jill,
that.
White
Jill.
Jill. Oh my
White Jill
god,
would make
that's
more
great.
sense.
That does make more
Oh,
Jack
sense.
I
and
did say
Jill.
Bill.
Interracial.
White Jill. Can we play White Jill?
Jack was a black guy.
Yeah.
And Jill was
You can't
white.
say that.
Oh, sorry.
He's
Jack
gonna
was.
get banned.
Jack was African
Can't say
American
that
and
word.
Jill
Well, I
was
can say that word.
Jack was.
It's my word. It's our word.
European.
You can say black if you want.
Of European origin.
Say black if you want to.
You're black.
I'm not white. I'm Italian.
Tangent said, so.
When white people go and
So.
describe every
So.
single.
Tell him to give us
I'm
something to
not
argue
white.
about.
I'm
Tangent.
I'm Russian and French.
Can you give us
and
something
this
to
and-
argue about? As
not
requested by
lying.
Ian, not to be confused with Leo,
Not
not to be confused with Serena, not to be confused with Kaylee,
What?
not to be confused with Dozer, not to be confused with White
Rudy.
David, not to be confused with Black David.
Who's not to be confused with us?
Who's black dude?
Pretty much everyone was
Besides
everything.
David's evil.
Was it the
twin.
last?
Black David is Audie. That's his other
Yes,
nickname, but
he's
no one calls him
very
Audie, so we just call him Black.
It's just like the way she was rendered made her look like.
And
Oh, from the
also,
game,
and
yeah.
also, we were in the car. You like asked Nick, "What is she
I didn't
about?"
say it like that.
He did say it like
I did
that.
not say. I didn't go
We
like,
were
what is
we were
she?
in the car, and Ian leans over to me and he goes, "What
I didn't
is
say.
she?"
It. I don't understand.
What
elaborating
is that?
What
the
breed
story.
is that
You,
woman?
he didn't dehumanize you. He didn't say that.
Wait, where
but
did
you
the,
did
where
say,
did
"What
the
is
chips
she?"
that I brought in here?
That's
I
my
said
favorite
what is
Ian
I
quote.
don't know.
I think Leo had.
Leo?
No.
They were in this chair.
Leo disbanded your shit.
So were they.
Tangent Bell said
Oh.
Asian
I
Jack,
don't
White
know.
Jack, Black Jack.
Blame
And then
Leo
you said,
for no reason.
I'm black.
Just in the corner.
It is
Watery.
because you were
What'd
black,
you do?
even though
You gotta
a
stir it.
majority of the
You have to stir it.
because he's
There's
black.
spoons.
I am.
This
half
is literally
black,
her
but-
job.
Does that even it out to where it actually is even?
What, black?
No, because it's 2.5 white people. Though.
And 2.5 black people.
3.5. Wait,
Oh,
are
shit.
you? Are you mixed?
Damn it!
I don't know.
I'm not good at math, guys.
Ethnicity? Wait.
Because I have one white parent.
Nationality, yes. Race, no.
I have one white parent and one black parent. So there's 2.5 white people and 3.5 black people. There you go.
3 and oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Technically, I'm a quarter white.
Excuse me.
Shut up,
Is everybody
weirdo.
here fully
My
American?
grandpa's white.
Fully American? I'm
Do you
fully
have, like,
American.
Caribbean in you?
No, as far as I'm aware. Are you talking about because they're dreads?
No.
He has dread, so he must be from Jamaica.
Mhm.
That's what I
You're
thought.
making me crazy.
Sorry.
Oh, my
Welcome to
wife
the
told
mukbang.
me at one point, I thought you got dreads by not washing your hair. And I'm like, that's gross. That's not how it works at all.
I think she thought that because everyone she saw who had dreads had dirty hair. Had dirty dreads.
Probably.
Oh, they must not wash their hair. 'Cause their hair dirty.
Tangent
my
said,
cookies?
so 2.5 black,
Hand me a bowl.
2.5 white,
It's
so
3.5
mix
black.
jack.
No, it's 3.5 black.
Interracial Jack
Those are pretzels.
and
I've
Jill.
never had this before.
It is
Pretzels?
3.5
Well, I've never had this and dip it in that. I don't think I like sour cream.
I don't
You
like
don't think
sour
you like
cream.
sour cream?
Well, I do
So
like
we'll
it
find
in
out.
stuff, but I don't like dipping things.
You got a really little chip, so I feel like you just got more sour cream than anything else.
Your opinion's gonna be biased.
Ah!
Gonna have a bias.
I like how Dozer eats chips.
It tastes.
He has to inhale it loudly.
Whenever I eat chips, I always pick them up like this.
Like a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
That is like a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Is it?
Professional duelist.
Sour cream doesn't taste.
This is literally how I always
Huh?
pick up chips.
I don't taste sour.
I think it's to get less powder on my fingers. Cause like one part of the chip is on my nail.
So you just get more powder in your nails.
In.
No, not in my nail. It's like against.
Yeah, just use boost to your chips.
Yeah. Just,
Let's see. Tangent said, "Hey Jet, did you see the debate topic? How many genders? How many genders are at the table?
How many genders and yeah.
Oh, like in existence?
Yes. So he's talking about like the pants.
As many as you want."
I identify as a skinny.
Why
Monkey
you
said
saying
90%
yourself,
sour
bro?
cream, 10% chip.
It's my mom and
Pretty
dad.
much. It was like that big,
After I
like
did
that
that.
much sour cream.
Tangent then said 99.9% clean, 1% bacteria. That's like everything. Well, it's like 0.01%. Monkey D. Luffy said there are 3 genders, 4, even 5. I'd say if you want to make one, or you just feel like you are one that doesn't currently exist, go for it.
What is a gender?
It's what you like.
I mean,
What you go by.
even in sociology textbooks, they define gender as like a social concept type thing.
Yeah.
And there was like a
It's just like
class.
whatever.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
What's
class.
social construct?
I'm a rogue.
A rogue gender.
What?
My gender is chaotic neutral.
My gender is warlock. Let's see.
But you just refer to your sex. Whatever.
Tangent said, as many, huh? Okay. Then Monkey said, lol, I'm just kidding. Then Tangent said, I think there's 4.
I know.
Oh. Good for you.
Oh, I like your plaid spoons.
Oh, thank you. I painted them myself.
Lying.
He's lying.
Let's see. Tangent
Yeah,
said,
I
I
don't
think
know.
2,
Gender
but whatever
says the
floats your
state of
boat.
being male
He
or
says
female.
he
It doesn't
sexually
make you
identifies as a
anything
table, so fight him. I don't fight tables.
else. And it says sex is a synonym, meaning the same thing.
Why is he making eye contact with me? That's what I want.
He's like,
This is
Serena.
Because you mentioned a definition that just isn't true.
Okay.
I still don't know what a social construct is.
Tangent Bell said
It's
negative
like,
4, not
it's
4.
like Legos, but
Then Monkey said, I'm pansexual.
I
I
like
love
Legos
that
with
you said
society.
it's like
no,
Legos.
social construct is just like something
You build
created
together.
for the purpose of society.
Social and malleable.
So gender was created by society.
Monkey D.
That's what
Luffy
people
said,
say,
I like
because if
pandas.
But
you're
that doesn't
male-
make sense because it existed before people knew what it was.
I
But,
think
like, the
sex
idea
and
of
gender are
gender
2
roles,
different
like-
things.
So gender roles.
Yeah, like
But that's different than gender.
Well,
aren't they kind of synonymous though? Like
No.
if people.
so it's like a hunter.
Being a female is not the same as what
doing-
females do.
Well, damn.
Well, that's
that
what
one's
people
that
mean
one's a
when they
weird
say
one. I would say
social
being a
construct.
construction worker doesn't mean you necessarily actually do your job. That makes sense. You could.
It doesn't say anything about how you do your job, is
Right.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
As in, you can be a woman, but you don't have to act like a woman.
Yeah, and that in itself
They're
feels like a
different
social construct because I feel like women could just
Well,
act
'cause
however
that's
they
true
want.
because
Like
it
not
Yeah.
wearing a
depends.
men's shirt.
It depends on which which society you're talking
I bought
about
one
as
of them.
what it means to be a
What
woman.
is
That's what I think people
Because someone's like, oh,
confuse.
you're not a woman until you.
They
have
want to
children.
create these other genders because they don't like the
Being put in a box of I act like a certain.
But that's
kind of
not
thing.
from like the genders themselves. That's from like how people socially view genders,
Right.
like males or females.
It's kind
So
of.
they
like
try to
a-
create a new gender. So like, there's no like opinions about this gender.
I don't think it's to have no opinions. I think it's for them to be like better defined. They can very easily tell you like this is how I define how I am. You know
As
what
an
I mean?
individual?
And you can just as an individual, and you can just be
But
like,
that's
oh,
just more confusing for most people. Like if you
Oh.
tell me like I'm this gender that doesn't actually exist,
Wait, what is
and
that
this is how I
based off
define
of?
myself.
what
It's
is
like
what
you
based?
don't have to
Like, if
define
they
yourself
say
by
they're
a
the
fake
same
gender. You could
what is
just
that based off
just
of?
be who you
I
are.
think they
You don't
just-
I
have
think
to
it's
like.
based off of
They
how
either
feel.
came
'Cause
up
there is
with it
that,
or someone
But
else
what is
did.
gender
Gender-
fluid thing,
Oh.
where it's
What
like,
is
oh,
that
I wanna
related
be.
to?
Oh, I see what you mean. Because gender
Yeah.
doesn't have to do with like sexuality. Because gender doesn't mean like I only fuck like turtles. You know, like that's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that's
no.
not. Yeah, that's not how it works.
Gender
So
is just like your parts.
it's just. I guess is it just how you act?
Biological.
I think we're going back into gender roles then. I think it's
Yeah.
just
That's what I'm
defining
saying.
behavior.
Gender isn't gender roles.
Right. So I think it's people trying
And
to
people who
define
create new
behavior.
genders confuse gender with gender roles. And they're like, I don't want to be in these genders because gender roles are a thing, so I create a new gender, but they're not the same thing.
Kaylee's like.
And then people say like you act like a boy. That's them also thinking about gender roles because
Or you could just be like, you're wrong.
You're
wrong, but
No.
No?
What is gender then?
Gender is just man.
Social
woman.
construct.
Let's see. Tangent
But I
says
mean,
he
like,
likes
what is
trains.
saying,
He then
like,
asked, "What is
gender different
pansexual?"
gender, like, making
Then
yourself-
Monkey
what is
said,
that
"I
based
think
off?
it's like
That's
you
just-
do anything, like
I
male
think
or
that's why
female.
people
I
are
don't know."
wrong with it.
It also
Because it's
refers
like
to trans.
personality.
What
It
is
might not be
pan?
based off-
Because that's
It
what they're
means
currently
you-
asking
you-
about.
Because I think
You
what it is,
will
right,
be in
like,
a
if you're-
relationship
if
with males,
you-
females, or
if you
trans.
dress like a
So pan
emo
is, like,
kid, where
open
you
then?
have that
To, like,
sort
just
of
a
as
lot of
open
different
as you can be
ensemble,
sexual.
then you
Isn't
try
that
and
just a
come up with something to
sexuality
say,
though?
this
It's
is
not
what
a
I am.
gender to be
Oh, so
pansexual.
they're saying their gender
not a
is just
gender.
kinda like
Yeah, it's
their
not a gender.
personality.
That
If
is
you
like
said that
that's
was
your
a gender, that
sexuality.
wouldn't make
Kinda
sense.
like
Yeah, that doesn't make
accessory,
any
I
sense though.
suppose. I don't know. I don't.
Oh, so it's like if I say I'm a tomboy, it's like they're using that as
Yes.
like a gender.
That's what we think. That's our theory right now. You almost doubled it. You bit and
But
you
you
hovered it
flipped it.
over, and then you like turned
Can
it.
we have a gender?
Because there's a strategy to
Another
double dipping
gender
where you're not
person.
actually.
Let's
We have a
see.
Because then now I have to think of like, what's the point of a gender?
Monkey
It's just to
said
identify
pansexual
So
is
mad
I
at
don't
me?
care, I'll
Just
do
come up
anything.
with
Are you mad?
Tangent said, wouldn't that be
Yeah,
non-bi? Although I personally don't believe you could switch. He said, I thought it meant you like whatever, like even objects. Objects is a
I
very
don't
special
think
one.
pansexual.
I don't
refers
remember
to
the
object.
words for
That's
object.
sexuality though.
That
Yeah,
is
that's different
sexuality
from
straight
gender.
up.
Well, that's what he's
Yeah.
talking about.
Gender and sexuality are different.
doesn't a gender define a role like in the species?
Divine, what do you mean?
Yeah.
if you're
Well, he's
male-
talking about like hunter.
Are you just talking
gatherer.
about like testosterone versus like estrogen
it's
kind
like
of thing?
Rogan
Like
Like
chemical
purpose.
balances?
If you're
Yeah,
born male,
exactly. Where it's
then
like
your role
because I'm a guy
in your
or because
species
we're guys, we go
is
hunting.
to mate with
Because we're
females.
But that doesn't apply to humans. That's where it's so different.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And we
I,
take
from
care
like
of
a
each other.
genetic
No, it
evolutionary
doesn't.
basis.
It does apply.
I guess well the hunter
Because
gatherers,
before-
hunters
species
and then
survive.
gatherers.
Yeah,
like,
we
people
had
don't
to
follow
create
berries,
other
nuts,
ways
fruit,
for
yeah,
us to
anything that
like make
moves
it.
in
If
terms
people
of, like,
started
meat.
disregarding their
Is
their
what we
role,
would
it's like if you're male,
Okay.
you're
You
supposed
don't like
to do
hunt
this.
down bears.
Our species would eventually die.
Well, now we
It
have
would
like
have, it wouldn't in the current state.
we have like sperm banks now,
Well, I didn't
and we
come
have
from
like
that,
artificial
considering-
Because
insemination.
the technology
Yeah.
that we have just
Language
makes
then.
makes the old
Yeah.
ways useless.
We've advanced
The
ourselves.
problem
So
is
you
it
don't need-
became more of a thing when people started talking.
Oh, there's a
Otherwise, we
When
would
they
be
started,
like guys
coming up
just
with, like,
biologically
like,
have to work
anatomy,
in
And
factories,
they were like,
and
this
women
amount of
have to
people,
work
like,
in like
oh,
that's
restaurants.
different
No, I'm
because
not saying that.
evolutionarily that doesn't
You're
that
different.
doesn't apply
Why
to
is that?
work.
What is
He's
your thing?
saying just he's not talking about hunting gathering. He's just talking about reproduction. I know what you mean.
Well, he didn't mention that earlier.
What?
No,
That's,
I did. I
yeah,
said,
that's what.
Reproductive.
yeah, like to ensure like the species.
But that's
is
not
able
what
to
you were
survive.
talking about when you were talking about the roles, because you were referring to hunting and gathering,
Yeah,
which has nothing to
You
do with
did at
hunting.
one
I
point,
said
but then-
hunter
He
gatherer.
did too.
Oh, he did.
You-
yeah.
Sorry, are you-
Yeah, you did at one point, but
Which
he
has
fixed
nothing
it.
to do with
He did.
reproduction.
No, I was talking about like just those species survives.
There have been recent tests with mice where they believe they can now take two mice of the same gender and then create like an offspring of it. So you could be like, imagine if you could do that with people. It could be like Kaylee and Serena could just have a kid.
With bone marrow.
It's something where they like take like a cell and make it into a stem cell kind of thing.
I've heard about the two females in bone marrow thing to make like a child.
Imagine a mix between these two. Nobody would be able to handle it.
That's because don't females have an X and a Y chromosome? Both?
Why are you asking me? I'm not a biologist.
There's only
Oh,
two
because,
options.
because you're saying that because women
There's
have
only
the X
two
and Y
options.
and the males only have either
I think
two X's.
Y's have two Y. males have 2 Ys, right?
2 Ys.
And then
a Y
females
and
have an
an
X and a Y. So with a female,
They
they would
make a
just
guy
take one of the
Y
females' Y chromosome and give it to the
That would make
X,
sense as to why
yes.
women can have male children,
or
despite not being male.
yeah, just take both of the females' Y chromosomes and just like
Make a
put it
girl.
into a guy that they would have as a child.
I think they can do it with girls and guy mice, but I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, it's not like a guy has a womb to raise the
Oh,
child.
well they're not like making the
Artificial
they're
womb?
right. They're like taking their cells and then doing like an artificial thing to
There was
like
a thing
make
where
a
you could
kid.
like pick your child's features. That was like something that was coming up.
Like a video game.
I can't remember what
Yeah,
that's
like
called.
create a
There's like a term.
Create a character.
Like, I want my kid to have like long hair. And
Random
blue
sounds
eyes.
I mean,
horrible.
how you would do that? You would just take like
Let's see.
I would take some cells from her.
yeah,
I'd
you would
some
take
cells from
genes
him,
or
and
cells
just-
from a person who has
So-
the traits that you want in your kid.
Yeah.
Monkey
these are
D.
your
Luffy
fathers.
said, nah, not objects.
These are
Tangent
all-
said
they
this is a
all-
good
you have
debate.
parts of all of
Tangent
them.
said I'm
You can make
confused
a
now.
super
Tangent said isn't
Because all
pansexual
five of
homosexuality.
your
All these guys are
Fuck, I scrolled down too far. Monkey D. Luffy said, you stay and cook, I'll go hunt. Tangent said, I like cooking and shooting deer, and I live in Texas. Jenna Stanley said, Kaylee with a heart.
Jenna! Hi,
Is Jenna subscribed?
I miss you.
She's
Subscribe.
rude.
Tangent said, as far as I know, men's bones are thicker, making them stronger, and women
Jenna!
are
Jenna,
biology
I
made to
see
care.
you.
I don't know the answer yet.
Like,
Then
we're
Shuri
working
Chan
on
said spoons. This has turned from spoons to hang out and eat
This is like,
chips.
this is like debate hour.
Yeah. Tangent said make it X. He said male is XY, female XX, or YY. He said I don't know which.
That's what we said.
You can just Google.
I don't think
Yeah,
our
we got
bones
Google.
being thicker makes us stronger. That would make us more resilient. It wouldn't make
It would
us
make it
physically
harder to
stronger.
break a bone.
It could
True,
make it
but it would be the muscle. that
Because
makes
muscle
it
is how
stronger.
you lift stuff. You're never like,
Yeah.
thank God my
Oh,
bones
I
are
was
so
working on my
so
bones
strong
today.
right now.
All that calcium.
All that
Gotta drink some milk.
It doesn't get
It's referring to the males like producing more muscle after
physique.
tears.
But what does that have to do
I
with
mean,
bones?
testosterone.
Yeah,
I was saying. the
Oh, he's
bone
saying they're
density is
unrelated
not-
statements but put together.
Testosterone does like make it easier to gain muscle. Like it'll be faster to gain muscle, kind of thing.
That's why it's in steroids.
That's yes. Testosterone is basically a steroid.
Estrogen aids with breast cancer.
Monkey D. Luffy said, I messed up my character
It also
creation.
gives you breasts. It makes
Tangent
it
said,
worse.
that's why males
That's why,
have
there's
nipples.
drugs that
We all just
are
had
estrogen
XX or
blockers,
YY,
right?
whatever, then
They're
males
not-
wouldn't develop the other
makes
chromosomes.
the
Tangent said,
estrogen
lol.
receptors in
Shuri
the
said,
person's
oh,
body
and
block
hi everyone.
estrogen, so
Jenna
they don't
Stanley
take it
said,
in.
I miss you, aw.
That helps
Then she said, Serena too, oh my god,
Yeah,
aw.
Serena too.
Jenna, did you not know they were here? Were you just tuning into spoons?
She probably knew Kaylee was here,
She
but
probably
not
saw
me
the
because I'm not
thumbnail.
in the camera.
It was like, hold up, I know a white girl.
I know a white girl.
I know a white person.
Let's
I know
see.
that white girl.
Monkey D.
Tiny
Luffy
white
said,
girl.
play spoons. I'm going to be a virtual YouTuber soon. I don't know what that
Yeah.
means.
Is there any stereotype?
Monkey D. Luffy
that
said,
applies
10,000 IQ.
To me?
Yes, that's correct.
A correct
Are you
stereotype?
talking about like, because I'm black or what?
Just to you, like
Well, I
your
don't know what you do in your
personality or
free
whatever.
time, like if you like play video games or hobbies. So I'm going with yeah.
Wait,
These
so
stereotypes
what
about black
about
people
him
that apply to
shows
you.
that he plays
Oh.
video games?
I'm not saying I don't know if he plays video games, like what hobbies, because I would say if he plays video games, what's a stereotype about a gamer that applies to you? What's a
Oh.
stereotype about an artist that applies to you? But I don't know what his hobbies are.
Oh, so you weren't going to go black. I thought you were going black.
So what's a stereotype in general that applies to you?
That I don't leave the house that much? Like I,
Because
I wouldn't
you're-
assume
play
that by
video
looking
games
at you.
or-
You don't look like
A
you
bum.
just stay in the house all day. You know what I mean?
I
Yes,
have been
you
recently.
be a bum.
Just 'cause
We need to hang out and do Tekken 7.
you said you would hit me up, but you never did.
Ooh.
That's what you do.
It's okay.
That's what I
Leo.
do.
Yeah, we need to hang out and do this, and then you never
What
do.
about you?
Oh,
What's
I
a
never know when
stereotype
the
that
other
is
people
true?
are free.
So you have
That's
to
why
talk. He's like, well, I don't know when he's gonna talk to me, so I'm just not gonna talk to him.
People always just, like say that I look like I watch Doctor Who, but I don't watch Doctor Who.
What is the Doctor Who look?
I don't know. They just think I watch Doctor Who. I don't
where-
get
where
it.
you
Females
You're
with
gonna
glasses, I
answer?
don't know.
I
Monkey D.
don't
Luffy
know.
said when you're super fat and you're like, my bones are just
I'm
big.
actually
Yeah, I
getting
never
new
have
glasses
understood
soon.
that. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, when they come in.
Mhm. Tangent
The
said,
ones would have to be really
You have
big.
extra bones in your.
yeah, because if you're
Shit's on a
big
bone.
boned and you're like this, it's like, are you wide? Like, what do you mean?
Plus, how big could your bones get?
I didn't become big until I started eating.
You're like, this is just the shape my bones
And
make
my bones
skin.
got big.
This is the
bones are
tightest
really
my skin
round.
can get.
Round bones. Yeah. I suppose that would just make you like.
If you had a big belly like this, it would be like, what are your bones?
Like you wouldn't be like a fat person. You would just be you're you, but you're just.
Monkey D. Luffy, hold up. Tangent said, like I said, I'm not sure on any of this. He said, except the chromosome things. He said, plus the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
But like if you like took off your shirt or whatever, you could tell your skin was
Yeah,
like
the
right
skin
in the
is-
surface.
Monkey D. Luffy
I
said, my
thought
ribs are
Yeah,
gigantic.
the
Remember when I
You got those
always-
Flintstone
It
ribs.
looks really weird.
Takes your phone, takes everyone's phone.
You could
That's
like see their
fine.
bones probably,
I've got the
assuming they're not
wheel
that
hat.
Now I
heavy.
have.
It's like we're at a dinner table, but there's
We're
only
having
chips.
family
From
dinner.
the outside.
That's why Jenna's here.
Jenna.
Family.
Ew. You can have.
Was there nothing in
I
my
can
No.
have it. Awesome. I
you
was waiting
cannot.
for the day.
You may not. I already gave you a sweater.
Tangent Bell said,
Have you seen
what?
that show where they like?
I let you
It's
borrow
like-
my
It's
hentai
like
hoodie
the
for
what's
a
in the
while.
box kind of thing, but it's like
It was
the
like
room is
2
completely
weeks.
dark and you just have to put your hand in a box and
Oh
feel around.
yeah.
Tangent
ever
said,
do
meet the
something like that?
Jetsons, Jabba Dabba
I'm
Do.
getting paid.
Oh
Yes.
wait, put your hand
feel
in
like
a
it
box
depends
and
on who you're
feel
talking
what
Are
it
you
is. Are you
guaranteed
talking about
it's
like
not gonna
Fear
hurt?
Factor?
Maybe.
What do
If
you
I
mean
sign a
maybe? That's
contract-
Well,
yes or
on the
no.
TV show, yes, but
They're
you're just doing
guaranteed
it at
it's not
home.
gonna hurt them.
Yeah.
If
if
you're doing
I
it at
sign
home,
a
because at one
contract,
point it was
yes.
the dude's butt.
That's. I
When
mean, that's
he
not
was
gonna
like-
hurt me.
He was like, I can't smell. I don't know what this is. And then they turned the lights on. He was like, oh, and he started throwing.
What? He said he didn't even smell anything. Dude washed his butt before he did that.
Apparently,
Dude washed
but
his
then when
butt.
he saw what it was that he was getting all up in, he was like, okay, I need to throw up now. That was
I
just
need
his
to throw
reaction.
up.
I need to throw up now.
He was like, this seems like a right time.
But people do stuff like they put a bunny in one, and they're like, because it's your imagination, because you can't see in the box.
I could
So when you
probably
feel-
tell it was a bunny.
if you like
It's
touch
definitely
it.
something
They
living.
like slowly do it and it's like some fluffy noise. Oh, it's
I mean,
Yeah,
if
but
you
if
touch
they do-
it, it
they
could
do
be a
something-
rat.
if they do
it
something
could be
like
a
a
raccoon.
salamander,
Bunnies
or
are
a
way bigger than
squirrel.
rats.
It's just funny
It
how
could
they
be a
always
big-ass
assume
rat.
something like dangerous.
Yeah,
Where did you get
always
this
go-
big ass?
They're
rat?
like, why would you pay me $1,000 to
box.
touch something that's nice?
It's just people's reactions.
It's a puppy, and they just.
Yeah, that's
It's a bear.
There was one person who his technique was just punch in the box, and so when they put something out, they were like, you can't, don't
He-
punch this.
He
could be
fists
living.
the guy's
yeah,
ass.
he's like, it's alive. He's like, I can't smell it. I don't-
It got stuck in there. Ah!
It's tightening up.
It's is it a cobra?
It's a cobra.
Pythons would be the ones that
It's
would
eating
sing.
me. I feel like at that point you would hear like the guy screaming like, ah!
Monkey D. Luffy said hentai hoodie.
You're not afraid of snakes,
I
are you?
have I have a hentai hoodie. I
Would you
let
let a
Leo
snake go
borrow
around
it for
your
a while. I would always wear it, Steve.
Depending on what kind of snake.
Tangent Bell said, speaking of fear factor, what's your worst fear?
It'd kill me.
I remember
Tangent says his
it was
worst
in-
fear is
it was in
heights.
Michigan.
Sitting in a
Yeah,
dining
snakes
room
come
with
out.
6 people.
If it's a boa constrictor,
Monkey
that's
D.
a bad idea.
Luffy said, I'm
It was
pretty
like a
sure
banana
90% of the population is scared
One of
of
those, like,
heights.
big,
I've heard
thick
public
snakes.
speaking is like one of the most common
One of
fears.
the like there was some
I
students
have
who
that
didn't like
sometimes.
snakes, so they were like.
I
in the
love
back room,
speaking
don't
in
come weird to
public.
me.
I know.
But
you
I had a
should.
snake. They
You
like
have
put
that
it in my
power.
lap.
Oh, thank you.
And
You're
he went
sociopath.
down,
Oh,
and
thank
he
you.
didn't freak me out. Like, he started coming straight up.
That's
I was like, oh, he's coming towards my neck. Yeah, he's just smelling me. But I didn't like that he
Tangent
was
said,
coming towards me.
this
Maybe I let it keep
ID
over. I
Down
heard
syndrome
keep over.
wildebeest come I report the humans are on to me. His profile picture is a weird wildebeest.
Hey, I want that.
Down
I
syndrome.
want that.
Yeah, it
Give
looks-
We're
me
talking
money
about
for it.
chromosomes.
It's probably one of the black markets.
Missing it.
Not
That was
legal.
that was a strand.
I hit the spoon.
You
It just
can't-
fall.
I didn't want to.
It's an invasive species.
Let's see.
Even if they're not invasive species.
Oh,
Why are you making eye contact?
raccoons are an invasive species in other countries because they take them from us and use them as house pets, which is a horrible idea.
House pet.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's fine as long as it dies in the house.
What?
Just don't let it out.
Never let it leave.
Let it die of old age. Don't throw. Because what they do. Because I think it was the thing with like alligators.
Yeah, it gets
They would
too
get it.
old.
They get too big, and they're like, well,
I don't want this
toss it
anymore.
out in the back.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they go and
Even
fuck
if I
up the
kept a
ecosystem.
raccoon, I think if it got too big, you'd be like, I don't want a raccoon anymore.
I mean, would you do that with a cat?
Would you do that? I don't
Or a
like
cat?
cats.
Just if your cat was just
Nick
huge,
does
and you're
not
like,
like
oh.
cats. He has all.
There's big
explanation
dogs
for that.
out there.
Wait, what's your explanation?
For why I don't like cats. Cats don't like people, And a lot of the things that they do, like it's been shown, like it's not like a social reason why cats fuck with you. Like when a dog rubs up to you, they're trying to get your scent on them. For a cat, it's the other way around. It's like more of a possessive
They're claiming
thing.
you. Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Because they're
They own
assholes.
you.
But I feel like you can get a cat to be nice if you like just give it like intense love from like the moment you find it. Not find it, but like the moment you get it, because like a lot of cats don't like being picked up. But if you pick your cat up every day, it's not. It's just it's used to it. Because my friend's cat that I tried to pick up, they're like, oh, we never pick her up. So if you try to pick her up, she's like, what the hell is this? And she tries to like get out of you. Get out of
Get
your
out of
hand.
Get out of
you.
Get out of get out of
Tearing
your
its way
grasp.
out.
But if you're really hands-on with your cat, then they wouldn't mind it. Because it's the same thing with like a dog. If a dog gets beaten, then if it sees a person reach out for it, it's gonna snap because it's thinking you're trying to hit it.
Right.
So you like train it
To by beating it every day.
yeah, so you train it by beating it so it doesn't trust people.
That's what you do with children.
Jeez.
Let's see. Monkey D. Luffy said, "Are you okay, Tangent?" And then Tangent said, "Yeah, wildebeest are afraid of heights. My cousin Wilford the Beast is scared of bees."
Wilford DB?
Wilford D. Beast. Ooh, I got another message from my wife.
Let's play Whisper.
She said, just kidding, I'm coming on my way, right?
I doubt it.
Hashtag pizza Hut for the win. I work at Pizza Hut.
Just kidding. Pizza Hut.
Marco's is my favorite shit, but I'm not eating because I only eat
I
once
I
a
actually
day.
don't care where
Does
you get it from
Marcos
as long
deliver?
as
Fuck
it's not
yeah.
like thin crust.
Isn't
Yeah,
Marco's the
Marco's.
best pizza?
In town? I'd say so.
Yes.
I just don't want it to be
Highology's
thin
good
crust.
too.
I want it
though.
from
You don't like
Marco's.
thick crust?
I don't. You can get anything you want as long as it's
Pizza
not
Hut.
thin crust.
Thin crust.
Oh, thin crust? Yeah, thin crust is ass. I'm not trying to eat a
Yeah.
cracker on pizza.
What did you think I said?
I thought you said thick crust.
No, thin crust. Yeah, it's literally like you
It's-
may as well just get some chips and like dip it
Yeah.
in like.
I like
Fuck
pizza.
that.
Like,
He agrees that Marco's is the best in town.
Yeah, what's your favorite? Pyology's good too.
Best
I
in town,
purposely went
just
to
like pizza.
Pyology and asked them to fuck it up.
Is that 'cause
Like
you
I
like
was like, put a
Marco's
ton of
down
corn
the
on
road?
it. I got like the worst stuff, and I was like, this is good as fuck.
Seriously, corn on pizza is actually
It
good.
is. It's really good.
Sounds funny.
Okay, we're doing Marco's. You don't have a choice.
Polo.
I like how you said
I can
you
just not
choose.
eat.
Remember when you did
You have
Marco
to eat
Polo
Marco.
to find
Turn 'em
me
away.
Some other- some
Not the
other-
wrong
someone
foot.
else's poetry?
Yeah.
That's not
Do I
gay.
look like
yeah, I
ordered?
was going.
Let
to
me see
go
if I
real
can
quick.
charge
I
my
was
phone
going to, it's like,
during
wait.
the stream. Let's see. So we've been streaming for like an hour and 22 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Phone's at 47%. At a certain point, I'm gonna stop the stream to charge.
Charging.
Jesus.
It is now. I just put the charging
Oh.
cable back in.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, because I was like already at 100 before.
It's weird to think.
Streaming takes a lot.
It does take a lot.
That's disgusting.
Let's see.
He wants a veggie pizza.
Oh wait, he wants a
Vegetarian.
He is a
veggie.
vegetarian.
Oh, that.
You're a vegetarian? Oh my god.
Wait, Leo.
Oh.
Leo, are you straight?
No.
Yeah. Oh.
What?
What?
He
Wait.
likes veggies on pizza.
No, I mean,
If he's
Bro,
a
you can't
vegetarian,
say
He was like, I
vegan
want a
and vegetarian.
cucumber on my
Yes,
pizza.
you can. I thought that
Oh,
was
oh.
You see, he got it. I didn't have
Yeah,
to explain the joke.
I liked
I
his
don't
joke in the end.
What's the joke?
He said you can't be gay and a vegetarian.
Oh.
Because
You may not like oral because you hate meat.
A veggie pizza. You can order
And maybe
your
you're
own
only on top and you don't like
He's
meat
you can
inside
get
you.
veggie. I mean, no one stopped.
I
Okay,
mean-
but you
So it's
can
like-
do cheese.
Yeah, you want
Cheese. I'm good with cheese.
I'm good with.
Do you like veggie pizzas?
how many are we ordering?
With
Just one?
cheese, right?
We could probably do two.
I'm good with cheese, yeah.
cheese or pepperoni.
I
Gang.
once
Why did
was
you
at
Just
become
like
don't
a,
put mushrooms on
Why
it
did you
and
become
not
a vegetarian?
Because I just think the way the meat, I don't trust the meat here.
Oh, you don't trust
Uh-huh.
America.
That's
Or
understandable.
like in most developing countries. Because it's like processed. And
Where
I
have
see
you
what
had good meat?
Yeah, where is a good
Africa.
place?
Africa.
I only think it's good because like you can see where the meat came from. It's like butchered.
Yeah, Leo has lived in a lot of different places in the world. So.
How many places have you lived?
I don't remember. But I've been to like 16 different high schools.
Let's see.
Not high schools, schools.
Just gotta say.
Monkey D. Luffy
That'll be a
said.
lot of
Years
calculating
with
that
I've
my
been-
It's like
How'd you ever
Kaylee's face on
graduate?
the math like a
Yeah, how did you ever-
Monkey D. Luffy said, "My
Like
cat
the
triggers me
numbers
because he always
Oh,
tries
yeah,
to
yeah,
trip
I
me."
have to stay back.
Yeah, just
though.
kidding.
Tangents
Like,
at all
high class,
caps
I'm leaving
means he's
next
playing
Yeah,
a
if you went to
character.
16 different high schools,
Monkey D.
you had to
Luffy
stay
said,
back
"I
for 4
hate
years."
super thin
I
paper
said that
pizza."
when we went
Thank
out.
you. Thin
Why?
pizza is
Because you
gross.
moved?
Tangent Bell said, I just added the
That's what I
Down
was
syndrome
saying.
wildebeest to
Well,
my
it
name.
was because the
It'll
slots
probably
were
show up
too
later. Oh,
big.
it's
I
right
was
there.
a
It's
school
in your
that
name. I
spoke
see it.
French, and I didn't
He
speak
said, I
French at
hate
the
super
time.
thick
I
pizza.
thought
You don't
that
like thick
That's
pizza?
a pretty great.
Thicker the
Think it was
better.
a French
That's
fry.
filling ass pizza, my boy.
Anyone's-
Monkey D.
Really good
Luffy
in
said,
English.
oh, because you
I
eat
understand
meat.
what you're saying. I've had a lot of like different people who,
Tangent
like,
said,
like
you
Bosnian
can't be
people,
gay
people
and live
from
in
the Philippines
Iraq.
who just, like, barely speak
He said,
English.
just
Yeah,
like
my
being
class is
vegan.
before.
What?
What?
Monkey D. Luffy said, who's the dude talking right now?
I mean, it's delayed, so we
You?
have no
I
idea.
think it was Leo at the time. Because I think he was probably wanting to know who like
Okay.
lived around and was a vegetarian.
Yes, that is Leo.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I was at a
You
family
can't see
get together
Leo's
once
face.
where the only people ordering pizza were like health conscious, and one person was like, I'm lactose intolerant, so it was like no cheese. Another person was like, I'm doing like the vegetarian diet, so it was like only veggies, and
gluten
then
free.
If you're lactose intolerant, you just don't eat pizza.
You got a margarita pizza.
and it wasn't gluten free, but they were like, and don't do thick crust. So it was cracker crust with like the sauce on it and like vegetables, and I was like, what
I've
the
made pizzas
fuck
like
is
that.
That's not pizza.
I've made
What do you
pizzas
want to
like
call
that.
You can
But
maybe
it's
get
not
that
pizza.
in like Italy.
It's flavored bread.
Even
Their
then?
pizzas are not like American pizzas.
Yeah,
I've heard
people at Pizza Hut, they will order pizzas like
Italian,
without cheese.
Italian pizzas are
sometimes.
very, very small.
I
And
get
they're
a burger
basically like
without
what you
meat or
described, but
buns.
with more like
Salad.
lettuce and then
Subway
also
salad.
a lot of different
Someone got a
flavors,
salad with meatballs
herbs.
and
They like their
chicken.
herbs like that. Italiana in Italy.
That's valid. I mean, people put chicken in their salad.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
meatballs.
who doesn't
and
put
tuna.
chicken in their salad?
Oh,
Like-
chicken. Oh,
People who
Meatballs
are trying to lose weight.
and tuna.
Let's see.
I'm
No
actually
meat.
meatballs.
No,
Tangent
just
said,
lettuce.
you
Just
said
kinda
you
some
can't be
lettuce.
gay and vegan,
Fruit
just like you
vegetarian.
can't be gay in Iraq. Who
Maybe
said
some
that?
tomato.
Monkey D.
That.
Monkey D.
Facts.
Luffy said, yeah, it's because we can't see him in the camera. And then Tangent said, show yourself.
Show yourself.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the only one that hasn't been on camera.
Well, we switched.
Hey guys, welcome to my live stream.
Get out of here.
It's his live stream now.
Let's see.
I wanna know
Tangent
what that
said, day 98. They still don't know I'm a wildebeest.
Who doesn't?
I mean, I think we do know, isn't his name Wildebeest something?
Is
Yeah, it is now in his
Wilder
name.
Wilder.
Wildebeest.
Where's
What is a New Yorker crust?
I haven't had a
They
chance
put the
to.
cheese in the crust.
Is that cheesy?
Oh.
Are you sure?
I thought it was thin.
I
New
thought it
Yorkers
was
are
I
like.
thought
really
New York was
boring.
thin
New York
and big.
I thought it was a
That's
version of
Chicago.
pan
I'm not
pizza.
sure.
That's Chicago's the big
Yeah.
one?
I
I
thought it
could
was.
call Marcos.
I thought it
and
was a version of pan pizza.
ask him. I could call Marcos and ask him.
I don't know.
Oh.
Chicago
I always
pizza's not
thought
pizza.
New York was thin.
That's like a
Chicago was-
Fucking
Soup. Cheese
they're
soup.
like,
It's not a
mine's
soup.
better, mine's
It's
better.
like a
Pie.
yeah.
I
It's
haven't
more
had
like
a chance
just like a
to
big
read the
pie.
messages, but I saw one from
Cheese
Maddie
pie.
where she's like, I don't think we'll feasibly work out. And then the next one was like, you can ask out Danica if you want. So I don't know, I'm missing something.
Is that your wife?
Leave me alone.
Yeah, my wife.
Wait, what?
Wait.
I don't know
Wait,
why I
what'd
got so
you say?
quiet.
Wait, no, what'd you
Who's
say?
Danica?
Who's Danica? So
Another one is prospects.
me and Maddie.
Prospect.
So me and Maddie are like getting a divorce, but it's not like complete until like early January. So like soon. But then Maddie was like, I'm more into like girls or whatever. And I was like, cool, you do your thing. And I'm like, I'm not gonna date until after the divorce stuff is over. Then Maddie like changed ship around the day where I was talking to Maddie and telling her like, yeah, I told Danica about what was going on in the divorce stuff. And Danica revealed that she like had feelings for me, and then I was like, well, I think I'm gonna ask out like Danica, and then Maddie's like, I think we can work out. Like, so it's like, so it seemed like we were
All
gonna.
three of you?
Wait,
What?
So Maddie wanted to like stop the divorce or whatever, and I was like, I don't think it'll work out because your parents were gonna kick you out when we were like married. So if you were gonna stop the divorce, I think you're just gonna like not have a place to live. Like you're just gonna get
Wait,
like
so you're
duped.
not going to date her anymore. You're going to date the other girl.
So
Wait, he's still telling the story.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
So then it was
Awesome.
like, so instead of doing marriage, we would just be engaged, right? So me and Maddie would be like engaged to each other. Eternal engagement. Like until like we probably like left. My scholarship makes it where I have to work for the government. And I could work anywhere in the country. I just have to like take a job if I get it kind of thing. And she said she was willing to move. Then we realized that I'm gonna graduate like this semester and she's not. So if I was to move, she still has like school and like other obligations, and we were on the fence about whether or not it would work out until just now. I got a message from her where she's like, I don't think it's feasible, and feel free to ask out Danica. She said other stuff, but I can't read it. It just pops up at the top of the
Who's
screen.
Danica?
So Danica's really into comic books and like superheroes and like stuff like that. She's also going to college for cybersecurity, and we have a class together like next
Is
semester.
Danica the short one?
Yeah, she's short and blonde. Maddie is also short and blonde. Is she thick? No.
Oh, so what, are they both white?
Yes.
Oh, so you have a type.
Does only
He
your
likes
mom like
Asians.
every
She's
time?
still all
His,
black
yeah, his
out
type's
like
like
Asian.
Why is he with
Oh,
You're
dude,
not
you're not
wrong.
wrong.
I know. He just doesn't pursue
I love
it.
how I said you're not wrong, but it's because.
I speak.
Ooh, Asian. Ooh.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Leo, whoa. Can't do that on camera.
But the night that I was gonna ask Danica out, and
Invite
then
her now.
and then Maddie, no, she lives in like Woodsville. It's like closer to like Scottsboro.
That's
there's
only
no-
an hour.
A little bit less than an hour.
Plus she has a big family. More likely than
Bingo.
not, they're like doing a thing.
They can go.
To Dozer's house? No
Yeah,
way. You
David's
don't have.
okay with
You don't
it.
have room, Dozer.
He told me.
All family? No.
Yeah,
David
her whole
told
family
you
is
it's
not.
alright.
But Danica's been really understanding. Like I
I
told
mean,
her
she loves you.
That would help.
that would help.
That helps
But
a
like
lot.
when I hit her up and I was like, "Hey, I'm like currently going through a divorce, but I'd like to date after all the divorce stuff was over." She's like, "Oh, I didn't even know you were married," kind of thing. Like, it was like really chill. And then when I hit her up and I was like, "Oh, well, me and my wife talked about it and we're gonna give it another try," she's like, "I totally understand." But between those two things, we had like a talk where she was like, "I have feelings for, and I'm glad that it's mutual that you're like interested in dating." So every time I think she might get upset by something, she's like, "It's fine."
I mean, was this
Is it
through text or was it out loud?
It was through
Ooh,
text.
you don't really.
True.
Oh, women lie. So are we gonna get to meet her before you marry this one?
Before you marry this one.
Ooh. Let's see. I don't know how far back we are. Leo dropping spoons.
Are you planning on getting married again?
Not like super soon.
Okay.
Part of what got me to
So you just
marry.
want to date Dan?
Right. I'm not trying to get engaged to Danica like right now.
Part of what,
Oh, part of what got me to end up marrying Maddie, she was like super happy. Like you don't understand. Like she like proposed the idea of getting married, and then like as we were going through it, she got increasingly happier. She's told me even to this day that she's like it's like the happiest day of her life, and you could tell, you could look at her, and I was like, I don't think this could be a bad thing if she's this happy.
Why did you get married?
Yeah.
We were at a magic shop and they
Did it
did
make
wedding
you
ceremonies for $50, and she was like,
Like legit legal wedding ceremonies, $50.
Yeah, you still have to go to a courthouse, which we did. At first, it didn't seem like we were going to do the courthouse part. And then the person who did the wedding, our minister, was like, so to make it official, you got to like go to the courthouse within like so many days, and there's like a thing that you got to fill out, and you got to bring it here and like sign it to me. And Maddie turns to me and she's like, we're going to the courthouse now. And it
Why
was
did
just
you
like,
ask her why she wants to get married?
I don't know. It was partially because she was really happy,
Like, why
partially
did you
because
do
it felt like a lot of pressure to.
that?
I don't know. I did enjoy it, and it seems like if her parents weren't gonna kick her out, and also the scholarship thing, we probably would still be married. But the scholarship thing really puts a hard cuck in it.
Hard cock.
Hard cuck.
That word
Okay.
can work that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically just what it means. It doesn't always have to. Why did you get married?
Why did I get married?
Yeah.
I do feel like I was somewhat pressured, but at the same time, I could see it. Me and hold on.
Was
Me
it
and
like a fun thing at the time?
Yes.
Like a Vegas wedding?
I mean, it was more or less like a Vegas meta. It was like a few, like we got married
Shotgun
within the course of like a few hours. Yeah, like a shotgun wedding. But also, I do care about Maddie. Like I could see the relationship going forward if it wasn't for the scholarship thing. We recently were, this is gonna sound stupid. We're trying to do a thing where you like read each other's minds. So it'd be like, I'm thinking of da-na-na-na, and the other person like tries to like hit it up. And I did one where it was like, I'm thinking of someone that you know better than me, but all I meant was one of her friends who she's told me about, but I don't actually know them. And she was like, I don't think I know anyone better than you. And she thought about it as in like as close and like, you really like know a lot about them and understand them. And then she threw that question at me the way that she thought it was, and she explained it, and I was like, I don't think I know anyone as much as you either. We spent like a whole summer together, like one year, where I would like go to class, she'd come to my place, we'd hang out, she'd eventually go home, sometimes she'd spend the night, and like shit like that.
Did y'all ever date before?
We dated a little bit this summer, so we spent the whole summer together last summer, and then this summer when she got back from Costa Rica, we did like the boyfriend girlfriend thing. Well, no, it wasn't even boyfriend girlfriend, because we were just going on dates, and she was still dating other people, and I was still dating other people. And during our dates, we would talk about our other dates.
So it's just like casual dating.
Yeah.
Then how do you feel about the divorce?
How do I feel about the divorce? Me and Maddie talked about this like a few days ago. If her parents didn't kick her out of the house, we were very tempted to just stay married. But they were like, if you stay married, you're not gonna live here.
And I guess what I should ask is, how do you feel about the breakup?
How do I feel about the breakup? I feel like it's outside of my control. The scholarship thing is like a really big deal. And it's going to set up like the rest of my life in terms of like how I'm gonna work for the government, and is how I like got my money. By the way, the way that my scholarship works, if I don't get a job with the government immediately, like as soon as I get out of college, I have to pay all of it back. So it's not like an option of me being like, I really care for Maddie, I'm gonna just be in eternal debt and just like, yeah.
And you're just not gonna do long distance?
I don't think either of us are really like down for like the long distance. Oh, and me graduating? With her current like coursework, I feel like it'll take a hot minute. Maddie will like take on like more courses than she needs, and then she'll get like too stressed out, and then she'll drop courses, and then she'll like get less credits than she's supposed to. And then the next semester, she's like, in order for her to maintain her scholarship, she has to like load on the classes she didn't take before. So like this semester, she's like taking like more than she probably needs to.
Oh.
And she's trying to get another job, so she's trying to work 2 jobs and do that. I think it's going to be too much. So I think it's going to be a hot minute before she graduates.
Yeah, it's just a long distance thing that, like,
Yeah,
that's why you're breaking up.
Yeah, I don't think either of us want to do like a long distance thing. Plus, she just straight up sent me a message that said, you can hit up Danica. I'm pretty sure that she's like past it.
I want to meet Danica.
I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of times we thought she was gonna be fast and this is coming back.
I don't think she's gonna come back around and go like, I'm gonna leave school and my scholarship and everything. That's essentially what the thing is. She would have to leave her scholarship for my scholarship, essentially. Like
because you guys aren't gonna do the long distance thing.
True.
That's why marriage is a long-term thing. Shouldn't do it when you're young, because kind of all of your
Do
future.
it when you're like all set.
Yeah, you gotta
Got
So
your job.
wait, why is it?
I feel like Danica has the same problem. She only needs one more class after the semester. That's like the only cuck about Danica. But that seems more realistic. Even if she didn't follow me like when I graduated to wherever I went, she could graduate like literally the next semester and then hit me up. And it wouldn't be like a multiple like year thing. Like I don't think Maddie has like a couple more semesters left. I think she's gonna be there for like a little bit.
But how? So, like you. So what happens if you and Danica go to like 2 different states?
Go to 2 different states.
Yeah, like you both. Well, I don't know if you both have the same scholarship, but you move away, she moves away. You're in the same situation, right?
So what we would try to do, hopefully, would be like, hey Danica, we'd like to date or whatever. I have to move after graduation, but I know you have to stay for your 1 class. She only has 1 class left, right? She would stay for that class, and then we both are trying to work in the same field. So if I got a job in like a particular area, I think I would try to get her the hookup, because we both do cybersecurity and we're both going to school for
So
cybersecurity.
you would try to work at the same area.
Yeah, we would try to like set each other up in a way. That's a little more reasonable than with Maddie, who's working in like international business and trade with like a concentration in Spanish. It's just a really different thing. And she has like more school that she has to go through. Sorry, live chat, by the way. I haven't read shit in a hot minute.
No, I'm just grilling you about your love life right now.
Oh, no problem. Tangent said, did Maddie just break up with him? Wait, divorce?
Someone
And then
doesn't know.
Tangent said, I thought you guys were married. We still are until like maybe like 4 days from now. Like Monkey said, your relationships are so confusing. And then Tangent said, it really is.
Not wrong.
Monkey D. Luffy said,
Yeah, so what's your love life like? And what's your love life like? just go.
Monkey D. Luffy said thick with one C. That was in reference to when you asked if Danica was thick.
Yeah, it's a thick with one C or two C's.
Um,
No C's? Thin?
Thick?
is there any thickness?
Thick with an N.
I would say
Ah.
Danica has like a little thickness in the front, but not in the back.
Like half a C.
you,
Or is that one C?
you got me with half
The
a
two
C.
C's are for like everything being.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Thick is the
Boom, boom. Oh my god, I like that.
Let's see.
Boom, boom.
Tangent found a wildebeest emoji.
Thick with a Q.
Tangent said, "What's your opinion on furries?" Then
Furries?
Tangent says he doesn't like them. Monkey said they should be dieted. Then Tangent said, "I mean you, Monkey," and then he said
I
agreed.
think furries are okay. They're not harming anybody.
Tangent said, "So Maddie is in the wrong." I don't think Maddie's in the wrong.
Maddie's in the
It's not
wrong.
like a right or
It's
wrong
her fault.
situation. It's not
She
her
broke
fault.
my heart. They broke his heart.
Wait, what?
No.
They
So Tangent said, "So Maddie's in the wrong," with like a question mark, and I'm like, "No, it's not like a right or wrong kind of thing." Yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
You're wrong.
I doubt it's
What
mutual.
are you
though.
talking
Well, it's
about?
probably mutual the decision, but the feelings are obviously still there.
Let's see. And then Monkey said, "You got cucked." I feel like it's a we got cucked.
Both of us. It wasn't just
Oh.
me.
Yeah.
I was like, by who?
And then Tangent said he got cock blocked. Tangent said, "I get worried I won't find everyone while Jet's just being a pimp over here." As not being a pimp. Monkey said, "Long distance relationships suck. Trust me on that." Tangent said, "Yup." Then Tangent said, "Happy New Year's." Monkey said, "Yeah, Happy New Year's in 1 hour and 15 minutes for me." It's like 9:49 for us. We're not that close. Let's see. Tangent said 2 hours and 15 for him. So Tangent says, so he's 1 hour ahead. Then he said, "Read the comments."
Leo, don't mind me
Was
asking.
that the
How many
last?
relationships have you been? How about you, Nick?
Like total?
Yeah, like girlfriends have, or I mean, relationships.
Give me like an age cap. Like what is like a minimum starting age?
So you're a whore. How many have you?
I
feel like how many relationships have you had? It's
So
like, well,
you're-
technically, we gotta break it into some subsections here.
Well, I mean,
You can't just be
some-
talking about all of the
Because some
relationships.
people might not want to count when they were like 12 or something.
Right.
Oh,
That's where I'm
Okay,
coming
then
from.
real, like, serious relationships.
I like how you said
Real relationships.
real
Circle
relationships.
yes or no.
Oh,
The next
yeah.
thing, and then it's over.
If we only go for like long standing, like really long,
Can we go get that tattoo?
maybe 3 for like long relationships.
Hmm.
And that would be Emily in like high school, Sarah in high school,
Who's Sarah?
and Gabby in high school.
Yeah, 3 in high school.
Which high school did you go to?
Sparkman.
Ah.
Yeah.
We also went to
Oh.
Sparkman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met Nick when. Nick actually lives in my old neighborhood.
Yeah.
How many relationships have you had?
Like.
8, 9.
I know this is one.
I'd say.
The one that Leo likes.
I'd say 2 or 3.
2 or
Like
3.
serious ones?
2 or 3.
I mean, okay, because my first one,
Hi.
yeah, but at the same time, like, the only reason I count that.
Kane.
No, the only reason I count Kai is because.
Ambrose. Sorry, keep going.
Yes, I
That's four.
unfortunately feel like I have to count Ambrose. And then, David.
Monkey D. Luffy
So
said
last-
minimum age. What
Yeah.
the? Like
And
age of me when I was dating.
Because going by his
Me
rules,
kill you?
technically I dated.
Then Tangent said minimum starting age, legally
Since he's,
18.
you know,
To
talking
date?
about, like-
No, you can date people the same
Well,
age
yeah,
as you.
Kai was
Going
more-
out on dates, spending time together, relationships, only one.
Omega said, "What's
How old is
up?"
Kai now?
Yo, Omega, welcome to the stream. It's
Because
good to have
in
you.
my mind, he's
Tangent
always
said,
like,
"Hey, Omega."
No, Kai.
Seems like everyone's saying hi.
He's-
Tangent said he
he's
changed his
17.
name.
He turns 18.
Then
in
Monkey
May.
D said, okay.
Yeah,
He's eating
he was
his-
younger.
His beans on his toast.
Beans on toast.
How many relationships have you had?
I feel like David wants to stop streaming.
I guess I
I
was
feel like
thinking
David
one
wants to stop streaming.
serious one.
Okay, that's
But I don't
understandable.
want to count that.
Are you guys down to stop streaming? You have a point. Dozer is like not here.
Where'd he go?
I know.
Where'd your man go?
Oh, you're upstairs.
Go get your man.
Yeah, he's coming back down.
Oh, there he is.
David.
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 Don't do that.
She said, come here.
Ooh, welcome back, Dozer.
Hi, David.
I call my dog. He comes
Ow.
in to show a video.
That
Oh,
mean.
you know what's interesting?
That's a
It would be interesting if he was like watching it, and then you were like, "Where?" And then he's like, "They noticed." Let's see. Tangent said, "Yeah, when I speak in all caps, I'm playing the character of the wildebeest."
Oh, it's a character.
Oh yeah,
That
David,
is
how do you
him.
feel about
It's
furries?
like,
Here.
it's the wildebeest.
Huh?
Is he a
How do you
furry?
feel about furries?
He said he
Gross.
doesn't like furries.
You're gross.
Oh.
They agree.
Yeah, they agree with you.
Yeah.
Mental.
Oh wait, Ian didn't answer
Ooh.
his own question from
Which
earlier.
question?
That
No,
you were
he
asking.
did.
Oh, you
Because he
did?
asked me.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, it was long.
Serena,
Yeah.
what do you think
They were
about
asking
furries?
how many relationships everybody had been in, and by they I mean Ian was asking.
Serena,
Yeah.
What's your
Wow.
stance on furries?
6,000.
Serena, you can't
6,000.
avoid
Um,
this question.
What?
If we
What's your
did-
stance on furries?
every
They're alright. Huh?
Alive
So
for
you're
6,000
saying Leo
days.
is a furry?
Wait, what?
That sounds reasonable.
Who said what?
300 times. I'm bad at math though.
Yeah,
I could be hella
300
wrong.
times what?
You're good at math.
Times what?
You're a
How many
math
years?
Times
is 6,000
what?
days?
We're gonna do 2. 6,000 what?
Those are some
20.
long years.
I don't
20
even know what the
years.
question
Yeah.
is.
20 years.
Approximately.
Oh.
About
See,
like
we've already come to an answer, and I still
He's
don't know what the
almost,
question
he
is.
was
16.4 years.
Everyone's just saying the
He was
answer. I don't know what the
That's
question is.
How
16.4
many
years.
years?
Because there are 365 days in a
Yeah.
year, so you got that little extra every
I
time.
don't want to count for that.
Understood. No one wants to do that math. Let's
I didn't
see.
try. I was going to ask the question.
Let's do a Q&A.
Tangent said he's in a drama club.
Oh,
He
let's do
says I've been in for
Q&A.
2. That's essentially what we're doing. This is
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
except we're asking each other the questions.
Let's debate.
Omega said, "Tell them I said hey."
Have you ever broken a
Omega
bone?
said,
Hey,
Hey!
Omega.
What?
Tangent said, "Hey Omega, on a scale
have
of
you
1
ever
to 10, can
seriously
you
injured
rate
yourself?
pancreas?"
Or been seriously injured? You don't do it to yourself.
I've been in a car wreck that went through a house, but I didn't get hurt.
That's true.
That is
So I
true.
guess
I'm
to make it
indestructible.
more broad, like what's the like most
What's the most
damaged
pain?
your body has ever been? Like physically,
I'm
not
just trying to
mentally.
hurt my
physically.
feelings.
Most physically damaged I've ever
Yes.
Oh.
Or the most dangerous situation you've been in. I think she tops it with the car. in the
Oh,
house.
I know one. When I was little, there was a stool. Okay, here.
I have a
There's
visual
stool.
Acting
aid.
it out.
Oh,
Okay.
this is a stool.
Okay.
And I was jumping on it. And then I landed on the edge and went up, and the leg went up my butt.
Really?
Your
What?
leg
You
went-
sodomized
And
yourself?
I passed out from the pain.
Oh my
I
god!
woke up and told my parents, and they didn't believe me.
How did not?
Did I never tell you this?
No!
That's the most
How have I
pain.
never? I've known you since
He
I
got
was 5.
booted.
What the?
That is.
By his
The
own
stool was
house.
like that. I jumped, and it flipped. I was like, oh, and it
Oh
went
my
up.
I feel like you couldn't do that on purpose. I feel
Like if you
that'd be
tried.
difficult. Like if you were trying to.
Yeah,
flip
if
it.
you were even trying to, like, the. What are the odds? Oh my
What
god.
are
What are the odds?
How about you?
most
Miss Morris? How many times? What's the worst?
Leo? What's what?
Either the most dangerous situation you've ever been in, or the most injured you've ever been.
Almost dying.
Because they.
Death.
Because of that.
Leo.
Sorry, God, fight me.
I got attacked by a bull once.
You got attacked by.
By a
How did that happen?
bull?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How?
What's the lead up, and then the climax is obviously getting attacked, and what happened after?
Well, we were
Did you
at some like hot springs. It was like in a rural area,
Mm.
and it was like a bull.
It was a wild bull.
No, it was
Okay.
it wasn't a bull. I think it was a cow. It had horns. I don't know.
So a bull.
Yeah, probably. Was
Okay, it was a bull.
Yeah.
And I walked by it because I was bored.
Wait, did
I
it
was
like
You were
No,
born
you were
going
messing with
cow tipping?
No, I wasn't messing with it.
You were just near it.
Yeah, I was leaving, and I was leaving, and there was a bull right there, and I just walked by. I didn't even like notice it, and it just attacked me all of a sudden.
What did it do? Just like, wah?
Yeah, I probably tried to
Yeah, it got me
Why
on
is
the
it
ground
comfy?
somehow. It was like over
No.
me.
somehow.
I don't remember all of it.
I imagine it was fast.
I
I don't think he
The
watched
bull?
him come. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, because if he's walking past him, then it probably hit him from behind.
Oh, so kind of like mine.
Honestly, it was kind of traumatic, so I don't really remember everything about it.
That's
how old
understandable.
were you?
Like 16?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You weren't-
For a minute, I thought you were gonna be like
like a
6.
little.
I mean, I'm pretty sure getting attacked by a bull would be traumatic at
Regardless
any
of your age. If
I
you
was
weren't
like,
expecting.
That's pretty like, because the bull's horns, you die.
I was like literally holding them, like
Yeah,
Oh
because
my
this is the
God.
thing that hurts because it's not like a deer where it'll use its hooves. It's going to use its
But it
hooves.
could have, like, it was like over me, like I was underneath.
Oh my
it.
god.
How'd you get
It's not gonna
out?
be strapped.
I don't remember. I knew there
Leo's
was,
a
that was like a
superhero.
river.
It's
It's
like-
like I got across the river somehow.
Oh, and
I
you just,
remember
like,
there was a
Yeah.
river. And then
I would
Well,
always
apparently
have.
he just like.
that's an
died out.
interesting memory.
I
Yeah.
used to have nightmares where like a moose or something would always come and run across a forest and stomp me into the ground, and I would just be half dead. And I would get that dream all the time. I'm pretty sure it's after reading a book that.
that had that in it.
Yeah, it's
What
so
kind of
weird.
book?
You know, we read it like in elementary school.
Something spirit there.
Hop on
I
top.
can't remember what it's called.
Are you like you remember this?
It was
I
like
know
it
that
was,
there's
it was
a
a book that
book.
we were like
Yeah,
had
it's
to
not
read.
Yeah, it's a
Bully
punching
in
spirit
school.
there. Yeah, the bully,
Yeah.
'Cause he got
and he has
left
to
on an
live on
island.
an island by himself.
and he got attacked by different.
The whole story doesn't make any fucking sense. Some
It
kid,
was-
he's
it was
just a
weird.
bully, so I think we
They,
can't
like,
think of any
exiled
way to
him.
punish him except putting him on an island by himself.
Yeah, I don't remember.
There's no way a kid could be that bad unless he's just like rampaging and killing people.
But
And they put him in
he's-
prison and then he rampages and kills everyone in the prison.
Right now,
bad.
Omega and Tangent are having
He's
a
not bad enough to
conversation.
execute, but he's bad enough
What are
to
they
where he
talking
has to leave.
So
That doesn't
Omega's
make sense.
profile picture
This
is
kid
like
was from
Venom,
America.
and they're
I
like
think it was
talking
like a-
about pancreas,
like a
because like Venom
way
talks about
past
eating
that,
pancreas in the
Oh.
movie.
Definitely was
They said
yeah,
Hotel
no, it was- it
Triviago
was
at one
old.
point.
Okay.
Uh,
I
Yeah,
don't
that
know.
was somewhere.
It was
Tangent
like
said
a wooden-
socialism?
Wait,
question
no, it had
mark.
to be-
Communism? No
Isn't the
punctuation.
No
story-
punctuation.
His teeth on the curb.
Let's
Yeah.
see. Omega said I
That
saw
would
the
be- that
coolest
would
hat
mean
in
that there was a
GameStop.
road, and
Yeah,
there
they
was,
had
like, a
Then
curves.
Tangent's like, what kind of hat?
Only for
Well,
like
it
the last
depends.
100 years
Well,
or
then it
so.
depends what you
Cool.
call a curve. 100 years ago was a long
That shit was
time.
frozen.
They didn't
I wanna know
didn't
Nick's
annex
story.
children to islands 100 years ago.
Tangent said, hey, perfect time to plug your fiber. Don't you mean to plug my Zazzle?
I don't think
Hit up
any
my
more than
Zazzle
they do
store,
today,
Honey
100
Shark,
years
buy
ago.
these Honey Shark hats.
1,000
It's just
years ago,
pictures of
yes.
sharks in front of
That was like
honeycombs on a hat.
What about you, Nick? What's the worst you've ever been?
Like,
hurt?
in,
Or the most
like, hurt?
traumatic experience you've ever had?
I
Either the
think
most danger or the most hurt you've ever been.
most dangerous experience I would say was because I used to do like the crime fighting stuff when I would like report crime. There was a car that was like in a nearby area where there was like a recent crime, and they're like, we know the model of car, but we can't find the specific one. And the area that my dad lives in used to have like MS-13 graffiti, so like it showed that there was like gang shit. And I was like, maybe it was some car around here. So I'm on patrol and it's at night, and as I'm looking for the car, there's a car like speeding behind me, but I don't notice it until like the last moment. I don't get hurt. I move out of the way, but the car matched the description of the thing. I don't know if it was, but I got the license plate and I like sent it in. So I'd be like most dangerous, most hurt. I fractured a finger. I was like sparring with somebody. I told my dad that someone just stepped on my hand. But I was sparring with somebody, and
What
the
were you
person
doing
I
on the
was,
floor, son?
and the person I was sparring with knew like Muay Thai, and I like don't know anything. So,
Oh, so you were just like, I'm not gonna hold back on this guy.
Pick your battles wisely.
it was interesting. He also did the crime fighting stuff though. Like we were sparring for a reason.
How about you, David?
That was the guy who broke his.
It's not dangerous for you. Nor did you get hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt you?
Yeah.
We're not talking about emotional.
It fractured my finger too.
You fractured your finger on his finger.
Felt bad for
Yeah,
them.
it's a secret movie Thai technique. So basically, you break your own bones, but it also breaks your opponent's bones.
I haven't seen
You do the Kung
Well, I
Fu
guess I'm not
Panda
Muay Thai.
skadoosh, but it breaks your
It's all in self-defense. You won't beat someone up who's got.
Let's see.
What about you? Have you ever?
I flew into a house on a bike.
Whoa.
That's where I got this.
What? What's that?
Well, the scar.
Oh.
I could,
Yeah,
I
it's
thought that
not
was
something
part-
that.
I just thought you had more
compare
white.
it. The skin is like rougher here because
Oh,
it
copyright.
was one of those. It was a house that was being built.
Yo.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm at David's house. Do you need me to come get you? Oh, okay. I'll come. Nice, see you.
Is that your sister?
Yes.
Where's she?
I gotta go pick her up.
Oh, okay. Are you
Working.
Are you coming back?
Bring her here.
She's probably just want to go home. Yeah, she just got off of work. She's tired.
Oh.
True.
So you're not coming back?
No.
Does that mean I can have the pinata without him dying?
Yeah, well, how are you gonna get the candy that's inside of it?
It'll shit.
Surgically remove it.
But yo, always good to see you. We need to do Tekken at some point.
Yeah, we need
If,
to.
if I don't hit
Nick?
you up, hit me up. You gotta figure out what I'm
And
doing.
you're not gonna hit him up. So
Like, you
he
don't
doesn't
need
hit you up either.
Happy New Year, Leo.
New Year's guys. Yeah.
Tell your sister I said a happy
No.
death.
He's like, I'm not telling my sister shit from you, kid.
It's a threat. Tell your
See you
mom I said
soon.
goodbye.
Thanks for
Bye,
having me,
Leo.
guys.
Well, nose dive. See you soon, Leo.
See you next year.
See you next year. Wait, okay, so
Ooh,
you
kill me.
flew into a house
On a bike.
In Tennessee, I lived at the top of a hill that was very steep.
Get
At
out of
the
here.
bottom of that hill,
Everybody's
what are you saying? At the bottom of the hill, they were building a house. So it was basically like the foundation was there, but they just didn't have the glass or the door. And I started at the top, and for whatever reason, I was like, I'll go as fast as I can down the hill. And I got to the point where I was like, I can't turn left, I can't turn right. So then I went straight, and you know like how they're building and they leave like mounds of dirt? Yeah, it was like that. Because it was raining, it was sloped off. So I went down the hill, up the curb, up the mound, and into the house. And to which I flew forward and then caught this, because obviously the wall's not going to move, so then it caught me in the hand and I went back like that. And now this has just always been tough. It doesn't like, this skin apparently, you get one. Because it didn't give me another one.
Ouch.
Let's see.
My feelings.
And the other time
How
in Tennessee, I almost landed on a rebar. You know, like just the skinny rebar poles. I don't know why. I was like running around in like the foundation of a house this time with my friend
Can
Jason.
Yeah, stay with
And
me.
I jumped down,
You're in danger right now.
and then I landed, and I was like, oh, I felt like something bit me. I was like, yeah, it's probably fine. 'Cause I didn't look. And then when I got home, it was just like blood on the side. And I actually have a mark on the top of my foot. It's like white. Because my foot is obviously brown. And then there's like a tiny white circle where a nail went through my foot in Barbados. Because they were renovating that part of my Mount Gilbert house. I was just running around, and then just bam.
Oh.
And then I woke up the next morning, and that's all I remember.
Oh wow, houses suck.
I hurt myself.
Did you pass
Monster
out?
house.
Apparently,
Kinda
because
like
that's
I-
just how this is how the memory goes. Because I was younger. I was just like running around, and then I stepped, looked down, and then I woke up.
What's your worst surprise pain? Have a wonderful night, Leo.
My worst surprise pain.
Yeah.
My worst surprise pain was probably when. There's a few. I think between the two, there was one where I was jumping on a trampoline at this kid's house. I can't remember his name. It was in Texas. And while I was jumping on his trampoline, he took his cat and threw it on the trampoline with me. And the cat went down, up, and then tried to grab onto me and landed on my arm. And then the weight pulled the cat down my arm. And then I remember in wrestling, I had my glasses case in front of me while I was sitting outside of the ring. But then like a heavy from our school and a heavy from their school came rolling. So I tried to grab my glasses, and it was old and it had like the silver part showing. So I grabbed it kind of like that, and I tried to pull it, and then they landed on me. So then my finger right here got sliced open, and then I was just like, I'll wrap it up. And I was like, Coach, can I still wrestle? And he goes, that depends. Are you still bleeding? I was like, I guess I'm going home. Because I'm not going to stop bleeding.
When we were at Leo's house for Halloween, we were carving pumpkins. I accidentally stabbed myself in the finger while I was carving the pumpkin, and I was bleeding. I was like, oh, and I just kept carving.
I grabbed the knife she was using, and I was like, "Am I bleeding?" And I was
like,
like,
"No, that's
Serena,
not good."
I don't.
I told you guys not to use the knife. I was using the
I
knife.
didn't hear it. I guess.
I mean, I was saying that from the beginning because I just didn't want you guys using my knife. But still.
Oh.
I think the worst surprise pain I've ever had. I had like a heat blast action figure. I'm really into Ben 10, and my cousins like hid it from me somewhere outside. And then I was like, okay, guys, come on, like where is it? And they like wouldn't tell me. And then they got to the point where they're like, we just honestly don't remember. So we started like searching for it. and I'm walking through like all these bushes. And I'm just focused on like finding the action figure. And when I get out of the bushes, I'm like crying, and they think I'm crying because the action figure's gone. I also think I'm crying because the action figure's gone. But then I'm like, my legs. What's wrong with my legs? And the bushes I were in were just all thorns, and my legs were just cut up.
Oh. Oh.
Yikes.
You thought you were crying for a reason that was not the reason you were
Like,
sad.
my friend.
Thought I was sad.
Yeah, that's nothing compared to mine. One time in middle school, Ian threw a book at the back of my head.
I know this
Huckleberry
story.
Finn.
I know this.
I don't remember what started it, but I remember us not liking it.
You said you were annoyed, but I don't know why you were annoyed.
I don't know either.
I just kept calling it the little black book and pointing at it, and then you just threw it at the back of my head.
This is like the little black book. Threw it at him after he turned around.
I think one of the most ghetto things.
Remember he
that's
said,
ever
"Now this happens," and he kicked me in the ribs.
Or now this happens.
Because I was sitting
Is that-
down and he came to the side. He was like, "Now this happens," and he kicked me.
Is
I
that- Sounds like
I remember
saying
that.
it.
No, this
I remember
happens.
that.
I love that. That's the best.
I think I have like two of the most ghetto moments from like school. One was my friend Kari. He like threw money in the gymnasium. It was like a penny. Like it was like a small amount of money. And like a bunch of like black guys fought over it.
No,
And then a white guy showed up and he just got it and left. And and we laughed really hard at that. We were like, what are the odds?
Oh my.
And then the other most ghetto thing, I was in a history class where the teacher didn't really care. Fuck, I actually have another story. So they had a book fight. Like multiple black
like
people
throwing
got up and
books?
threw textbooks
Oh my
at each
God.
other. Yeah, I was like, what? What?
Oh,
And
no.
he sat there. He let that go.
Wait,
for
what
like a
teacher was it?
Hightower.
Hightower?
Oh.
I vaguely.
I didn't have that teacher, but like I remember people talking about that teacher.
He's not bad. I feel like when things happen in his class, though, they seem to get a little farther than they should.
Was
He
he a
doesn't stop
coach?
it.
Yeah, he was a coach.
That's why.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The other ghetto
He's
story,
here.
I had Hightower again, but for like a government class, and in that class, I asked if like we could do like a rap thing because this one guy wanted to like rap battle me, and he was like no, and then we ended up doing it anyways, and he like didn't care, so we did it, and then the guy lost the rap battle, and then we played Texas Hold'em, and then I won Texas Hold'em, and he got upset. And he was really trying to egg on a fight. And I'm like, there's no reason for us to fight. You just end up in more trouble than like not. Like if you were to hit me, like I'm not going to hit you. I'm just going to let you take like the full blame of the fight. And then I talked too much. I was like, you already like lost the rap. Like you just don't want more stuff to happen. And then by the time someone had like stood up and started filming, I should have known something was happening. So I like was sitting down and he was standing up and he just started repeatedly just hitting me in the face, and I didn't swing at him. I just like let him go at
I
it.
feel like I remember this.
Wait.
Better person.
Did
than
you
me.
dodge? Like,
No, it wasn't like ultra instinct, because I didn't see the initial hit coming. I honestly thought he wasn't gonna do
It
it.
catches you off guard.
Yeah, and then
Exactly.
after like the first couple hits, you don't really feel anything. You just know you're getting
Because
repeatedly
your
hit in the
face
head.
is just hot.
Yeah, and then eventually, a mutual friend of me and him, like Chris, like stood up and he like stopped him. But he hit me like a good few times before Chris was like, "Hey."
Who was the guy that hit you?
It was this one short black guy. I don't remember his name, but I remember for like a little bit, it was like he wasn't gonna graduate on time. He ended up graduating though, but like we went to the office, and
How
because
is
it was
that,
all
you know?
on, I mean I don't know. We went to the office, and because it was on film, the principal was like, "On film, like you didn't hit him. Did you just not hit him?" And I was like, "No." And then they were like, "Well, you're good." And then they were like, "You may not graduate," to the other guy. And I was like, "That's what I thought. That's why you don't do it."
Yeah. Ian assaulted a white girl in middle school.
what?
Well, I mean, self-defense. I was
Explain
assaulted.
yourself.
Well, technically, I guess on her part it would have been aggravated assault because I'm an asshole, and then on my part, it's self-defense because I hit her after she hit me, after I egged her on and she hit me. Megan Bailey, along with many of my classmates.
She has two first names.
Yeah, it's first name, last name. People say I have first name,
Kaylee Stanley, you do.
Stanley's not that popular.
For-
Anyways, continue your story.
Oh look, Dorothy, it's dead.
Well, for backstory, the reason I was mean to people was because I was very insecure. And so what I thought was funny was making people angry. And so I did it so much that I got good at it. So then I eventually,
Train.
I can't remember what the first thing was, but we already didn't like each other. I think what the first thing was is she was passing out papers for the teacher. And when she came to me, she showed me my paper and dropped it on the floor in front of me. So I was just like, okay, whatever. It made me upset, but I was just like, whatever. And then the next time she came around, she tripped and dropped all the papers. So, me being who I am, I just went, and she didn't like that. So she walked up to me and slapped me in the face.
Oh.
And then I slapped her back. And then she slapped me, and then I slapped her, and then she slapped me, and then I slapped her. And the teacher came in and sent us both to the office.
Yep. Okay. Alright.
And
That's-
me and my parents actually talked about it today, because the way that the principal was saying it, it was Ian and the young lady. And I remember, because we were walking, we both got sent obviously, but I wasn't gonna walk next to her, so she was in front of me. And I remember that when we got near the office, she just stopped, and I stopped, and then she just went, and then started crying.
Ah,
And I was like, ah.
yeah.
I was like, all right. I was like, so at this point, I just didn't, I cared, but I was like, they're not gonna listen to me. Like, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
what I say or what happened. I'm at fault here, despite the fact that, I mean, we were both being assholes, but she's the one who hit me, and then I hit her back.
Right.
In like anywhere else outside of school, that's self-defense. But because we're in school,
You don't hit a
it's
girl.
my fault. Yeah, you don't hit a girl.
Yeah.
I heard that from pretty much every guy in our class.
I think even if you did it like normally, like I feel like if she cried to the authorities, they may not believe you. If you were like, she hit me first, they'd be like, you hit a woman, you
Yeah.
despicable piece of
And,
shit.
and one thing that they were saying, like, oh, she's only like 90 pounds, why would you hit her? And then I was like, why did she hit me? I'm way bigger than her. Like, that's
Why you
not,
started.
like, it's not my job to be the bigger person when someone, like, it's up to me, sure. But if you're like, oh, that guy's like 250 pounds, pure muscle, I'm gonna go slap him in the face, like, you're not gonna win that. You know you're not gonna win. But then it's his fault for not backing down. So then I spent the rest of the day in the library, and she spent the rest of the day in class to show, who was the favorite and who they thought, was in the right. And so I went home for 3 days, and I told my parents, and I think
She
my cousin
started,
Tony
right?
was there. She's from Barbados. And then I told them about it, and then I think my cousin was like, yeah, that bitch got what she deserved, you should have hit her again. And then my dad was like, all right, well, go walk the dogs and then just stay home for 3 days and go back to school. And I just wasn't on punishment because I didn't start it, basically. That's how my parents are. It's like, did you instigate? Like, did you hit her first? No. Okay, you're not at fault then, because they're very like, if someone's attacking you, defend yourself.
That is how parents are. I got a lot of shit for not hitting that kid.
Yep.
Yep. My mom was like, that's how you get like, I think even dad too, it was like, that's how you get like brain problems. You just let someone like hit you in the head
I
like
mean, I would
multiple
at least like
times.
block it.
I mean, after you're already getting hit.
Were you just
You're
serious?
so-
Yeah, I just sat there. I just got hit.
Yeah, but that's how the school system wants you to do it. They want you. They would much rather you get
Just do that.
hospitalized than defend yourself. Because if you hit me, then you're wrong and I'm in the right. But if I hit you back defending myself,
Then
then
you're
we're
both
both
wrong.
wrong.
Unless
Despite
she's a
the
girl.
fact- Unless one of us is a girl, then the guy is in the right.
Oh my
If it's two
God.
girls, they're both wrong.
Yeah, and I remember when I went to class, I don't know what was up with the guys, but they were like, very like, you shouldn't like hit a girl. Like, why? Like, I guess because it's something that's so. They
Ingrained
didn't
in
think
people.
that like, oh, why would he do that?
Right.
But I remember I've never been, because I have 2 sisters and all of my cousins that I moved around have been older girls. So I've never had a problem because they hit me all the time. So I'm used to roughhousing with girls. I remember one girl took my swing set from me. Yeah, I was just swinging there and I got good up and she just like jumped in it. I just like walked behind her and I flipped her out of the seat.
Oh my God.
I was just like, because I was like, what are you doing? Like, I was here for it. I just flipped her out of it. It's like,
Bottle flip.
Moved it.
Oh, also,
so I got a lot of crap for that.
I noticed long viewership. I also noticed I haven't read shit. Let's read a little bit of live chat.
Oh.
Let's
sorry.
see. Tangent said Zazzle, Fiverr, Amazon, etc. He's plugging like the different things. I have books on Amazon. Feel free to pick up my books. Fiverr gigs, Zazzle store. Feel free to hit that up. Honey Shark. Then Omega said it was Carnage running from Venom and Spider-Man. They're talking about Venom. Let's see. Tangent said, so was Jet the only past hero here, like who did like the crime fighting stuff? I don't think anyone here did the crime fighting stuff
Crime
other than
fighting.
me.
Snitched on my table once. Other than that, no. Got some crap for that too.
They were talking about the hat. I think it was it's like a
Oh.
Carnage hat. So they're talking about how cool the hat is, and then crap, scroll me down. I don't know where I am
Have you ever
anymore.
been in a fight?
No.
Really?
I feel like I wouldn't know.
I like how you said really.
I'm surprised.
Why are you surprised?
Because you seem like you just wouldn't take it.
Oh.
People.
Tangent asked if I was
nobody's
going to
trying
advertise
fight
myself
me,
in the
so-
description. I might put some links
No
in the
one's tried to
description.
fight
Who
me,
knows?
But I had a girl one time. She said, I don't know how she phrased it, but she was like glad that I don't talk bad to people. She's like, you're so small, you get beat up. And then another day, she was blowing bubbles, and I was popping them, and she was like, if you pop my bubbles, I'm gonna pop you. And I was like, okay. And right after that, she slapped me, and I was like,
It wasn't a threat. She was telling you it was gonna happen.
Yeah, I thought she
Yeah,
was
like,
like, if you pop
because
my
you-
bubbles, I'm gonna pop you. And I was like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But no, she was like, okay.
She was just warning you that she was about to do it.
I've just never been in a situation where a fight would have started. So
You never been bullied?
I mean, yeah, I guess, but at the time I didn't know I was being bullied. Like, I didn't understand that it was happening. I was just, it was just like happening.
She was like, oh, that person
I
is a
couldn't
little
really-
mean right now.
I mean, I didn't even really know. I mean, there have been situations where I did know someone was being mean to me, kind of thing. But for a majority of the time I was bullied, it was really just them making fun of me and me not understanding that they were making fun of me, kind of thing. When I was like elementary school, middle school, so it was like, oh, and then
It's like a ritual for me because I used to move around a lot. So like there would always be like the quote unquote like leader, the one that everybody kind of follows around. And because I'm the new kid, despite me being either bigger or big as some of the other kids, I would be the one picked out. So then I would usually get someone. Oh no, that's just the thing. I thought the pizza guy was here. It was so basically.
Oh shit, there is. Yes, they're
Oh,
right
okay,
there.
I thought
They're
it was
about
a
to
flower.
interact with the door.
I just saw the red. So basically, I would usually just get into like one fight, and then no one would mess with me, and then I move, and then
You're
another
doing the
fight,
Misfits themes.
and then no one.
I
moves.
was. Oh my god, I didn't even
You're a new
notice.
kid, but you get in a fight and
So-
show everybody like, hey.
So once you show people that like I don't want to fight you, but I'm not opposed to the idea, because that's what I pretty much was like. If you want to fight, sure, because I'm not gonna let you push me around. I don't want to fight you, but we can fight. And I remember. David might know who Monty Rice is. He was a linebacker who was doing the same thing basically. And he was like, "Yeah, we can meet after school." And we were in English class, and I was like, "You don't have to meet after school. If you want to fight, we can fight right here." Like, let's just do it. I was like, "Let's just do it right now."
Ooh, order from
Get
Pizza
this over with.
Hut.
Yeah, pretty much. And the teacher was there. Everyone was quiet. And
You
I
didn't
was
get
just
that
like,
crust, did you?
"Just do this
No.
right now. I don't care." You got a vegetable pizza. And he's
I know, my mom got
Did you
into
get
a
a
fight.
vegetable pizza?
No,
Oh, okay.
I got cheese.
Just,
Oh, you're good.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because I thought we were getting
but
cheese.
she apparently, this girl was bothering her, and when they both got off the bus, she wrapped her hair and said she wrapped the girl's hair around her hand and slammed her head into the bus. I was like, okay, mom.
You gotta do that sometimes.
Mm-mm. You can get away with getting that ass beat. In fourth
Oh, you got
grade,
stuffed crust.
I got beat up by like 2 girls. Yeah.
Older?
No, not even. Yeah, there was this one girl, Tamara, who I was friends with back in the day. And she showed me her Blue Eyes White Dragon Yu-Gi-Oh card right before PE.
Why is it so thin?
That's how it is if you get stuffed crust.
Yeah, because we use the hand toss and we stretch it and then we just put it around.
Why are you getting assaulted all the time?
And the girls, oh yeah, Tamara shows me her Blue Eyes White Dragon, and PE starts, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta get to my position. Keep that with you, and like give it back to me like after you exercise."
How about you just keep it?
Right.
It's
So
yours.
we exercise, and then after we exercise, I think I like dropped it during the exercise, maybe doing like jumping jacks or some shit. I think it fell on my shorts.
Slow motion, everybody
I
goes
mean, where are you
quiet.
supposed to put it? Did you have pockets?
I think I had pockets on my like gym shorts or
Okay.
whatever.
But
But
so should we. So should she then.
But
At
we
least you like put it in a bra.
or something.
That
we
would've been
we
better.
were young, cause yeah, I don't think she had a bra.
In our
at that
underwear.
time. But we go outside and she's like, "So where's my Blue Eyes White Dragon?" And I'm like,
Oh, it's right here in my butt. Oh.
"Yeah, right." So I can't find it.
I guess you should have just kept your card.
And then for years after that, she would bully me and she would get like other people to bully me. I got a
Wow.
wedgie from like another person that was like from her. It was like, it was
Got
interesting.
away.
She's like, I'm not strong enough. Hey, you go.
You lost her card and you didn't like get her another one.
Another Blue Eyes White Dragon. I mean, I was like a kid. This is a little kid stuff.
Like, hey mom, I lost this kid's card. Can we just get another one?
Can we just get it?
Dude, well, I mean, you
Not
did it
his
on
problem.
accident.
Yeah, I didn't like mean to lose the.
I
card.
threw someone's property out of the bus before.
But he did lose someone's
Yeah,
card.
but
I
he
know.
did it on accident. I did it on
So
purpose.
you
in
still
front
I
of
was-
lost their
and I was
property,
sorry,
and now they
like,
don't have one.
Oh, yeah.
That is true, but
To make it better, you would get them another.
He cares enough.
Oh, hi, Rudy. Little bandana.
Cause I don't know. I guess I smelled. I don't remember if I smelled or not. But she was doing like with her hat over her nose and making jokes, and the window was open. So I just went. Threw it out the window.
That's funny. Yours are funny though. Like the girl tripping and you clapping. She deserved it.
Well, I can't remember the guy's name. I can't tell. He's like David. I don't know if you'll know his name. He plays basketball. He has like white brown hair. He has really narrow eyes. All I remember is that I think I kept calling him Fish Boy. He screamed at me, "I am not a fish!" And I got kicked out of computer class that day.
Oh wow.
I guess because he screamed it at me. She was like, "Okay, he's the."
He was antagonizing.
He's
me.
the
He looks like a
problem.
fish.
why are you antagonizing that fish?
Oh my.
And I got kicked out of a group one time because I think I said like the insides of watermelon is pink, and I was arguing that point, and then the teacher was just like, "Just fucking get out!" Like she just didn't.
It is.
Apparently not, because I was in the
Are
wrong.
they talking about the inside rind? Because the rind wouldn't be pink.
No, that's not pink. I said the
What were they
inside of a
saying?
watermelon is pink. I think they
Did
said
they-
it was red.
Close enough.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
I
like
wouldn't
red
even
and-
argue. I'd be like,
Yeah.
sure.
It was like me versus 3 other people, so I guess because majority, she was like, "Okay, you get out. You just leave."
Why would you leave though?
Why did she?
I don't know. She just kicked me out.
She
She
kicked you
just
out
likes to
because you were
kick people
talking?
out.
No, she kicked me out because I guess maybe she thought I was wrong. I don't know.
You were wrong.
Get out. You're wrong. Get out.
You got this question wrong. Get out.
That's
I
not how that
disagree.
works.
Incorrect. She kicked me out.
You guys were correct. You can stay.
Oh, I remember Miss Curry's class. She wouldn't let everybody leave unless everybody was sitting down. And before the bell rang, I was going to throw something away, and because it was time to go, everybody was like, "Hurry up!" So then I just like started walking slower,
Me.
and like the slower I got, the more they would yell. And then I was like, I got to my seat, and I was like, "Ah, I forgot to throw this away." And then Miss Curry said, "Okay, just go." Like she just let everybody go because everybody was screaming at me to
Because she
sit
can't
down.
hold them until they miss their classes.
Yeah, no,
Right.
but they were screaming at me, so she was like, "Okay, I should probably just let them leave."
And then made you stay.
I didn't stay.
I know one time I was presenting something and everyone's like, "We can't hear her," so I started yelling, and right when I started yelling, the fire alarm went off. So then I was like, "Hours." In elementary school. That's the last time I said that.
I got a kid in trouble for snoring. Because he was sleeping next to me and I made the snoring noises for him. And then we.
He was
Ian.
I don't know why I did this.
Ian.
I was telling you, I was just very mean in middle school. He was just sleeping. I was like,
He was sleeping, so he
and
would
then
have
she
gotten
was
in
like,
trouble
"Wake
for
him
that.
up," and he was like, "You were snoring." He was like, "I was." And he's like, "Yeah, go out in the hall." And I was like, "Okay." And then I was like, "Okay, that was me." She was like, "Okay, well, you're not gonna get kicked out, but don't sleep in my class." He was
That's what
like,
she
"What
was doing.
I was like, "What the hell?"
He was snoring.
What is the worst thing you've done in school and gotten away with it? Like no
I was
repercussions.
gonna say something, but I didn't get away with it.
Oh, I think
Like high school or?
I was younger.
college?
I mean, it could have been high school, college. You're just getting risky now. Adult crave.
True.
In when I was like 9, we had a thing where if it was your birthday, you got like a toy out of a chest. I got like this rev back like monster truck. We go out on the playground and I put it on the monkey bars. I don't know how this worked, but the fucking monster truck went from the monkey bars like into a tree. I can't understand how it was possible, but it did. And I was like, damn, like how am I gonna get this thing? So I go up to the teachers and I'm like, hey, my toy is like stuck in a tree. could you help me like get it down? And they're like, just get a basketball from the basketball court and like throw it at the thing and like knock it down. So then I like go up to the basketball court and they're like actively playing basketball and I take the ball.
You
So yeah, like I get the ball.
You didn't say anything.
So then I walk up.
Silent kid, you're playing basketball, and silent.
walk away.
Just like
So as I'm walking away, they're like, "Hey, you know, we were using that ball like in the game." And then I'm like, "Oh, well, I talked to the teachers, and they're like, I need to like take the ball to like knock it." And they're like, "We don't care. We're like playing like a basketball game." And they tried to like fight me for the ball. So then I fought them until I like had the ball. And I had to fight like all the people on the basketball court.
I just imagine
Oh my God.
from all directions.
It got to be like a big crowd of people, and I remember getting hit like pretty hard by somebody, and I only saw their hair, and I saw the back of somebody's head that looked right, and I hit him like really hard in the back of the
And it
head,
was the teacher.
and it was this guy Craig who's in my class, and Craig was like, "What?" Like he was like his thing was like, "I wasn't even in the fight." Like it was like, yeah.
Oh no, not Craig.
So I-
Craig's fault.
So I felt really shitty after I
But you
hit
didn't do
Craig.
it on purpose.
You hit him on purpose.
I did hit him.
What I don't get is how you got away with it. Like a giant crowd of people
right.
fighting on the playground. The teachers
You
didn't
took our
notice.
ball, and the
The
teacher's
teachers
like,
is whoever's on the ground. It's your fault. We're
I
blaming you.
got 20 on
So-
Nick.
I mean, it's just weird. You would think they would have noticed if there was like Nick just fighting everyone on the
That's hilarious.
So after, because I ended up getting away with it. Like after I like fought everybody, they like left me alone and I like had the ball. So I go back up to the tree and I can't find the fucking truck. So I go behind a tree and I just like cry for a bit.
After he punched Craig in the back. This is what the losers in this story.
Nick
So
and Craig
nobody
both
won.
tried to get
When we get back to the classroom, like Craig is like crying, and then there's this girl Allie in my class. I used to call her Crappy Allie. We used to compete at everything,
Not even a
which was the
rhyme.
thing.
It's just an insult.
It's just an insult. But we used to compete at everything, and if I got like a 90, she got 100 kind of thing. She was crying. She was involved in the fight at some point. It was a lot of
On
people.
accident.
People just got sucked into it.
punching everybody.
Because
around.
at first it was like everybody's hitting you, and then now everybody's hitting each other. It's just close.
Too many people. And there was this thing where they gave us like toy money if you were good, and I tried to like offer toy money to like Allie and like Craig to like say I was sorry, and they didn't want it. But I didn't get in trouble. We had like a sub that day.
Oh, that's
You almost blinded your classmate. Whatever.
This
a lot-
sucks.
that's
Like
a lot of
these
work.
crazy kids. Oh my god.
I think David might be able to attest to this. You remember at Liberty when we played Foursquare?
Well, is anyone watching anymore?
We got 2 viewers.
There was what we would do is that they would just walk straight through the square, even because if you got there early and started playing, people would just walk straight through because they were going past you, but they wouldn't walk around. So then if I had the ball, I was just like, it's not my fault if we were playing and they just happened to walk in front of it. And so at one point, this guy walked in with a basketball, and I didn't even like pretend. I just like beamed it at his head, but he dodged it. But then the next time he walked through, I bounced it off the ground.
Ooh.
And then called his name, so when he looked at me, it hit him in the face. And they didn't get in trouble for that, 'cause it didn't need to happen. But my defense was going to be, shouldn't have been walking in the square.
That's
You
true.
shouldn't have been walking there.
We have that.
But the worst thing I did to a teacher and didn't get away with, I don't remember what it was, but I took a pencil and I etched into like one of those thick, like white, pink erasers. Like, I just was like, bitch. And then I threw it at I threw it at the board and it just bang, and then I just remember sitting outside for the
Ew, what?
Because I remember my parents were like, yeah, you only ever got sent home twice. And I was like, how did I only ever get sent home twice? I did some horrible stuff.
Ian's middle school life was very eventful.
Oh, yeah, it
No, I
was
just
great.
stayed in
Because,
my chair.
because
I
I
know.
moved around so much, it's like, Ian, you're leaving in 2 years. I was like, all right. I'm leaving anyway, so. Doesn't matter what I do, it's not going to follow me.
More things have happened in Ian's life than have happened to me
In
like,
your
ever.
whole life.
I used to take the toy, like if I brought a toy to school and then they like took it away from me, just when everyone like went to lunch, I would just like grab that bitch.
I'm just leaving.
And then and the teacher would never like pay mind, which upset me Because it would be a thing where the teacher's supposed to be like, after so many days, like, you get your toy back or whatever, right? But it's like, how is it that I can just take it back? And you don't, like, once that day comes, you should be like, where'd this thing go?
Maybe if she saw it, like if it was still there, she'd remember to give it back to you. But it's gone, so she just forgot it existed.
Oh,
She just, like, assumes.
Just forgot about it.
But I used to sometimes get, like, the same toy taken, like, within, like, the same week. And I'd be like, how do I not get caught?
They just don't
How
realize.
does
They
this-
just don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't supposed to have
Oh.
a toy?
Yeah, like I would have like a toy that I would like bring to school and they'd be like, Yaga, and then you just
My
Yaga it
second
back.
grade teacher would take toys from me that I got back in like a baggie at the end of the school year. And when she gave me, and when she gave me my toy back, it was like 3 of the same toy. Like, you know how Reese's cereal used to put little cars at the bottom? They were like Hot Wheels, but like Reese's themed. I would bring those to school all the time. So at the end of the school year, I had a bag given back. It was like full of
Santa
Reese's
Claus.
cars. So I was like, oh, I forgot I had this many taken away.
I know a sub one time, I was drawing, and she took it and put it in her desk and never gave it back. So when my mom came to get me, I was like, oh, I need to stop by the bathroom. I went into that classroom, because it was after school, and I like searched for the teacher's desk, and I never found it. I hate
She
it.
threw it away. She thought
She
it was
probably
trash.
did. She was like, this garbage drawing.
Yeah,
This
disgusting.
You ever accidentally hurt someone?
Accidentally.
I accidentally
say?
hurt some stranger. It was in gym, and I had a basketball in front of me, and I was just like, I don't know what possessed me, but I was like, I should throw this. So then I just took it, and I threw it, and I watched it fall, and then just some poor girl just happened to be standing there, and it caught her right in the face.
Oh.
And I was just like, oh my god, what happened? Where did that go? I just pretended like it wasn't me.
One time I was
Horrible.
sitting.
That was the only one I feel bad for, because she didn't do anything to me.
I had a guy, he kicked the basketball and it hit me in the face. And everybody was like, where'd the basketball go? And I stood up and my nose was just running blood. Everybody went, "Ah." It was him that did not.
But where'd the basketball go?
No one cared.
It's just
off her
in
face.
her
Like,
nose.
oh.
Bounced off my face. There it is. And I'm like, Haley, why are you bleeding?
Such an idiot.
Who kicks a basketball?
Bleeding idiot.
Oh, there was once, I remember this day really hard because it's one of those things where you look back and you're like, I was a stupid fucking kid. It was like everyone picked like an item off the table, and it was like if you did like really well, you can like pick whatever you want. So I had the option between like some shit I didn't want, a Jackie Chan action figure, and it was like a working Game Boy with like a game in it, and I picked the Jackie Chan action figure.
Oh my god.
One was obviously worth the most.
You're like,
Absolutely.
that Jackie Chan.
How old were you?
How old was I? I mean, I was a pretty little kid.
I just turned 17.
That Jackie Chan someone.
I heard you have a Game Boy.
I can't remember what I did, but I'm sure it was my fault. It was at SAS, which is like an after-school program for military kids where you get taken on base and you just hang out there until your mom or dad is done working for the U.S. Army, and then you go home. Can't remember what I did, but I remember this kid just like whipped around and just blasted me in the face with a handful of sand. I think, if I remember, it's like I think someone else was messing with him, and so he grabbed some sand and he was like, I'm gonna get him back. And so I was like, hey, are you okay? And he just turned around and blasted him. He just like, he didn't know who was behind him.
I don't know who it was, but it was some black
Somebody
No,
just
you
wham!
I'm gonna get that black kid.
The reason I say it's probably my fault is because I also did the glass with someone's face thing, like grabbing someone's hair and just.
Oh,
Oh my god.
You get, I think I got like a
Just
timeout.
have
for that.
visual.
That's I know.
That's oh god, if I could go back, I would be. Because you just don't get in trouble. Like it's like, oh, I just blasted this poor girl in the face with a basketball. Oh, just go sit in the corner for a bit. All right.
Don't think about what you did.
Or like, oh, this horrible thing happened. Because like my thing was, I would only be mean to people who were mean to me, and so it was like I can't do whatever I want because then I'll get in trouble. But if someone But if someone hits me, I know that my parents are like, anything you do now is in the right.
I know that my parents are like, I I've
We want
learned
some pizza.
you can do a lot of shit, and as long as you like tell someone you did it, you probably don't get in trouble. I expected
If you apologize.
larger not even apologize.
I'm sorry.
I expected huge repercussions for like getting married and not telling anybody.
Mm.
Not really. Dad was like, "Is this a Thanksgiving prank?" And I'm like, "No, I actually got married." And he's like, "Oh, you should just get that annulled." Like it was just a very calm conversation.
I mean,
What about when you told your mom?
When I told my mom, I showed her like a YouTube video of us getting married, and then she's like, "Is this real?"
Is this a
And,
prank?
Is this real?
and then I showed her, I was like, "Hold on, I got another video where I like tell the story." So I show her the video where I tell the story, and she's like, "Why don't you just tell me you're right here?" There was a part where I talk about how we were visiting a magic store, and I was explaining all the stuff that was there, and they had a book on vampires, and Mom goes, "Are you a vampire?" I was like, "That's the most irrational thing you could have said." It didn't make any sense.
People are talking a lot.
A lot of people. Okay,
I feel like they haven't talked in a long time.
so
Like that Ian guy sounds like a psychopath.
Omega said, "Me too. Carnage is stronger than Venom."
Since their address.
Tangent said, "Isn't it because he's his son?" They're talking about like Venom and
Are they
Toxin and
still talking
Carnage.
about Venom? Or is
Well,
You're
that
just
over?
talking about Venom.
Tangent said, "Cool. I'm gonna be silent for a bit, playing with my brother. Still on stream though." Then Omega wanted to talk to him about anti-venom. Now they're talking about anti-venom. They talked about how anti-venom can cure cancer. Let's see. They're talking about different venoms. They said, "Cool." Let's see. Tangent did a character thing. Omega subbed to
You
Tangent.
kept saying Venom and Venom.
Oh yeah, I said Venom and
fuck.
whatever. No,
I scrolled
said
too far.
something when we were in the car. I couldn't separate Venom and Eminem.
I scrolled way too far.
Is it okay if I do something bad to someone who did something bad to me? Because I have another story about a swimming pool.
Whatever it is, just tell the story. At
And
this
some
point, you have
candy.
nothing to lose.
We'll judge off.
What it was, this guy, he was a very, very mean person. He was mean to me, so in that case, I was like, oh, I can do whatever I want to, because that's just
Yeah,
how I
it's
thought.
the Ian rule.
And so he had that like
Ian law.
that rope candy, you know, it comes in like that plastic rectangle, and he had ate all of it, and he had offered it to me, and so I was like, oh yeah, sure, and I took it, and he like backed off, and he was like, oh, you touched. So then I kind of just like lightly pushed it into his face
Lightly.
and just kind of rubbed it in there, and I was like, you can throw it away, and then I just walked.
What?
And so I wasn't allowed to get into the pool that day because I assaulted someone
What?
with a piece of plastic covered in sugar. So his face was just all shiny afterwards.
Oh. Oh.
Because I don't know what it was, but like maybe it was just because like it was just like, oh, and I just immediately got angry. I was so like, oh, this is nice. You gave me something, and then I just, oh, okay, and I just first thing that came to mind, oh, they put it in his face.
Wait, was it empty?
Yeah, it was empty.
I mean,
Because he was like, he
that's
handed to
a
me, he was
big
like, oh,
deal.
you touched it last, so you throw it away. So I was like, wham, just.
I know.
Why
It
not
does
just
sound
throw
like
it
that
away?
kid didn't want to throw it away.
Yeah, he
Like it
just-
sounds like he was like, "Oh, here's this nice thing. In actuality, you're my janitor.
What?
Throw that away. I
Why?
paid you."
I don't know. He was
food."
just being mean. So then they were like, you know, like if you say you're sorry, you can go in the pool.
I'm not sorry.
I'm
And
not sorry.
I didn't go into the pool for the rest of my time because I refused to say so. I was just like, nope. It's like I'm not gonna do it. And they're like, well, if you're not gonna do it, then you're gonna lose this. And I was just like, all right, I'm not gonna do it.
I did what I did.
Like I refused.
I did what I did.
One thing that I did that wasn't actually bad, I got in school suspension for a reason. I don't remember. It was something though. I was with the kids. I remember one kid. The reason I remember it was because one kid was in there because he was watching porn in the library, and so I was with those kids.
Those.
Whatever I
kids.
did, they lumped me in with them, and we were just sitting there, and we just had nothing to do. And then I was like, is my phone on vibrate? I don't think it is. So then I reached down because I was like, I probably shouldn't take out my phone while I'm in school suspension, but I don't want it to ring and then I get in trouble anyway. So in my head I was like, I either get in trouble or I at least try. So I take it out and I'm like, okay, put it on. And there's like, and this teacher was just like, what are you doing? And I was like, got my phone. And she goes, and I got 2 more days for that. Because she was like, I can't believe, like, you're already here. Why are you, like, because she was like, I was already in trouble, and I was just like, I guess in her head, I was doing it to just get in more trouble at that point. Like I was just milling my hours to be an in-school
But you
suspension.
could have just been like, oh, I'm just making sure it's on vibrate.
Yeah, but I was an idiot, so I was just like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
in trouble now.
I feel
so-
like instead of pulling it out, you could have been like, hey, can I put my phone on vibrate? And if your teacher's like, no, then it's like, okay, if
Well,
it
if it
rings,
rings, it
please
rings.
don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not my fault,
Nani, so Nani jumps in and he goes, Happy New Year. Professor Trevenant also goes, Happy New Year. Happy New Year's, guys. Nani said, I got bullied by 2 girls, and he said, I thought it was kinky.
What?
Yeah, because this is
when you said
old. Yeah, we're like way
Ah.
back in the chat. By the way, the 2 girls story, one of them held me down and the other one like kicked me in the face or whatever. And it was a thing where
Oh my god.
Yikes.
but it was a thing where I still didn't do the fight back thing. It's weird. The only real school fight I ever did was that fucking basketball thing where I fought other people.
It was the boss fight.
Too many.
So I like crawled around like a little bitch after they kicked me because I knew my friend Ryan would help, but Ryan was actively playing football, so I just kept yelling, Ryan. Ryan.
That's how
And
you
Ryan
yell,
eventually
Ryan.
ran in and was like, hey, you guys can't
Like
can't
after
do
they
that.
finished at that point.
You're unconscious. Your brain is like on the side.
Let's see. Oh, I don't have a touchscreen computer. I so was gonna go for it. Nani said that his
Hello.
dog poo got bullied by a car last week.
No, I haven't looked at my phone like the
Oh.
entire time we go to this table. What?
I'm talking.
Nani said, oh my gosh, I called a girl a fish as well.
What? Okay.
So-
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
You
say it
understand?
look
It
like
is-
fish.
And then
In
Nani
real
said,
eyes.
because you know why.
That's horrible.
Tangent said, I'm back. And then he said, as am I. Pretending to be the older beast. Omega said, what's up? Tangent said, where's Jet? Then he said, hey, Omega. They're talking to each other. They're talking
So
to
he
each
did, like,
other.
a crying pose and he's
Somebody's
just
eating
laying
Skittles.
down, making noise.
They're asking about the.
Giving them a
They're eating sour Skittles. They choose a baseball bat for what? I'm missing something. Let's see. So something about a flag, a British flag out of a pack. Are there different country Skittles? What the
David
fuck?
wants us to go upstairs.
Okay. Hey, ball. Thank you all for watching. Don't worry, we're gonna do another stream after New Year's. I'm sorry that I didn't get a chance to read all the live chat. But yeah, I'm
Feels
gonna.
good getting it off my chest.
Yeah, I'm gonna retitle this stream. It's gonna be like New Year's Hangout vlog or something like that. But we're gonna do another one that's like New Year's resolutions or whatever. So we're gonna do that after midnight. But thank you all for tuning in. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification to be notified whenever we do these live streams. There's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with
Ian.
Ikio.
and logging out. And don't worry, after midnight we're gonna do the big New Year's stream. Oh, there she is. Ooh, peace. Hey, phone is